Welcome to Cranky Live Sports Talk, where passion meets action.
Hey sports fans, I am Cranky, and this is the Cranky Live Sports Talk, the podcast where we dive deep into the hottest topics, the biggest games, and the most controversial moments in sports.
Whether it's football, basketball, track and field, cricket, or soccer, we've got you covered with expert analysis, insider interviews, and unfiltered opinions.
Join me as I chat with the biggest names in sports, get exclusive insights and stories you won't hear anywhere else.
Cranky Live Sports Talk is where you can hear the real talk, the hard-hitting questions, and the hottest takes.
So, if you're a true sports fanatic, you don't want to miss out? Subscribe now to the Cranky Live Sports Talk on YouTube and hit that bell icon to never miss an episode.
Cranky Live Sports Talk, where sports come alive. Subscribe today.
Good morning. You can see I'm not really awake yet. Good morning. I decided to do this last minute stream 15 minutes ago, I'd say, for this big game today. So you have to forgive me if I don't look like I'm totally prepared for this stream, because it's a last minute decision. Welcome. If you decided to join me this morning for what I call a big game for my team, Arsenal, because we can't afford for Liverpool to win today. Okay, if Liverpool win today, it doesn't look good. Still early in the season. I did watch a United game. I watched the first half and decided that it was a waste of my time because Everton didn't turn up. But we're playing you this week, Presser. So we have to think about it, We play this week. Don't be no for frightened. I'm saying life, Don't be no for frightened. So no frighten Everton. Let's see if you can frighten Arsenal. Because when I'm gonna throw uppercut and you're not throwing back, you feel good and you look good. I feel good and you look good, Presser. So we'll see if how that works out. Yeah. Hopefully you're looking forward after it's done. Hopefully if I done. So you're confident, Presser. You're confident. Presser, you're confident about your ability to beat Arsenal. Is that what you're saying? I want to make sure we're clear on this. I want to make sure we're clear that you're saying, and Trent playing right back today. Here's the problem I have, people, because people say Guardiola's a genius, and he's been very, very good for football. But when you're playing, let me show you something. When you're playing Nunes at right wing, I have to question you. Seriously, I have to question you. Listen, we can't come with both lineup. I have to question you. So this is Liverpool lineup. You know what? I should bring this down here. Let me redo this, people. Let me redo this. I'm gonna redo this so we can show you the Liverpool lineup and bring it down here. And then show you the City lineup. I am not impressed with the decision to play Nunes at right wing, and you have Grealish on the bench, you have Savino on the bench. I not understand the logic. It escapes me. I know I'm not that smart, and Pep is a genius, but it escapes me, people. So this is the Liverpool team. As you can see, they have Salah, Gakpo, and Diaz up front. They bench Nunes, McAllister, Gravenberg, and Szoboszlai in the middle. The game is on, by the way. Alexander-Arnold, Gomez, Van Dijk, and Robertson. So that means Konate is out, which should make it easier for City. So I'm going to enjoy this game. But Nunes on the right side, I don't understand that logic. I don't know what Pep is thinking. So if you go to City's team, you see it? Walker on the right, who's been having a tough season. Everybody's saying gets slower. Diaz, he went back to his old traditional back four now. I think that's what he does. He's doing. Akanji and Ake at left wing, saying best. Guardiola was have a tough time. Lewis, Gundogan, and Silva in the middle. Middle look weak, people, with Gundogan playing the 6. So there is no De Bruyne in the starting 11. And De Bruyne is showing his age, That's what City's old enough. City's an old team. And it's showing more and more. I forgot you're a City fan now. In fact, you know what? You're fraud, IMAX. Fraud. And hey, people, any Jamaican with my City fan and them over 30, then me not trust them to talk about they're a football fan. Cause I fraud them, fraud. Cause you know what them do? Them are bandwagonists. Bandwagonist people. If you're over 30, so IMAX, I say man that 30 now. So I'm tell me now. And you're a City fan, because City just start with people. See, I have Nunes on the right wing. Nunes on the right wing. Huh? A joke him I make. You know kind of right wing, huh? Look at the man look like him, but he can't even run. My midfielder and play for Wolves at midfield in Portugal at midfield, man, in the right wing, huh? Why you put man? You have Savina on the bench, you have Doku on the bench, you have Greedis on the bench. Now Doku just coming back, I agree. But there's no way Nunes should be on the field playing right wing. You put him at midfield instead of Lewis, I can live with that. But right wing, Pep is losing it to me. That make no sense, people. None. That's my point. That's my point, IMAX. So if you're under 30 and you're a City fan, by the way, Edison is on the bench, people. He's on the bench. Man, say make too much mistake. He's on the bench. There's no way you can be, to me. That's a big movie making and put Edison on the bench. There's no way, to me, you can be a bless up Anthony Roberts, Vince, brethren. Thanks for joining. There's no way to me you can be a football fan over 30 and a City fan. Sorry. Unless you were a Man City fan, unless you come from Manchester, because most people outside of Manchester were Man City fan. What do you mean? Greedis doesn't retain the ball? Greedis retains the ball. Savina retains the ball. Most City players retain the ball. He retained the ball. I don't think it's retention. I think he just likes Nunes as a player. He does that. Look at that. Gundogan to me has lost it. Gundogan has lost it. Look there. Like a goal. Almost no goal is. Yeah. Almost won. Gundogan to me is a shell of himself. And that's why Barker didn't try to retain him. He's a shell of himself. Jack just coming back. Jack played the last game. You play Savino out there then. You know Savino hasn't been scoring, I think. Look at this play a while ago. That's Gundogan losing the ball. Look at him, can't even run no more. Look at Gundogan. Can't even run no more. That would have been offside anyway because he was blocking the keeper. So they benched Nunes and put Gakpo up front. I think Gakpo is better coming from the left, actually. But City have no excuse to that. This is a regular defense now they've had for years. The problem is in the midfield. Their problems in the midfield, I think. Bless up 1-1. Thanks for joining. People, as you come in, hit the like button. Hey, 1-1. Thanks, 1-1. I appreciate the compliment, sir. I appreciate the compliment. And I'm going to do much more, but I don't want to do it on my sports channel. And people now subscribe to my Balance View channel, which I haven't done the best job of trying to communicate. But no, I have much more to do. My favorite support I've done so far in the 1-1 is the illicit enrichment with Brogard. You know? And if you watch that one, when I talked about him with the Integrity Commission reported that he may have illicit gains or whatever, and everybody get excited. I like that one that I did because I spend time researching and then do a presentation format. So, but I appreciate the compliment. But no, I planted to do much more. 1-1, I'm migrate from sports in a 1-1 eventually because I not get enough subscribers. So as soon as me get me monetized from a Balance View, appear that me I do. And there's so much news in the world, people. Between just Trump alone, you can do for an entire 4 years because every day is something else. I'm gonna select a criminal for running my administration. The person he just selected, his son-in-law, dad, to go be ambassador of France. The man was convicted by Christie in New Jersey for fraud or whatever it was. So enough things we need to talk about, people. Yeah, no, I need to work on Balance View because I love those things, and I spend a lot of time. City trying to play from the back, but it's not working, people. They may get enough today now if they don't keep playing. So they're trying to play from the back, and Liverpool is pressing, and they don't realize that they don't have the same Rodri in the middle to orchestrate stuff. Because Gundogan is not Rodri anymore. Gundogan, I love Gundogan as a player, but he's lost 2 steps, not 1. Look like Liverpool going to play counter-attack today. referee, that's a foul, you know. If you just join us, we're in the 7th minute of the game between Man City and Liverpool, a game Arsenal needs Man City not to lose. And I'm going to say win, not to lose, because we don't want them to go too far either. Go score tied at 0. Nunes just give it to people in ball. I think Liverpool going to play counter-attacking football, and they have some athletes up front between Gakpo and Diaz and Salah. Right now, City's scrambling defensively, people. Scrambling. I have no idea why he has Nunes playing on the left. I just don't understand that. IMAX at 3-1 City. I'm going to say we're in 2 of Liverpool. I'm not going to make a prediction on this. I'm growing fast. You mean tall? I'm already tall, IMAX. I don't think I'm growing fast. I don't think I'm growing fast at all. So somebody just sent me this. So even though I'm not religious, I'm going to read it anyway. It says, "Thank you, Lord, for your wisdom, mercy, and grace. Guide, blessing, and protect us. Please watch over all my family and friends. Cover us this beautiful new month with your peace, etc., etc." But then they mentioned Jesus, so I have to. Anyway, bless up everyone. Bless up everyone. Hope you had a great Thanksgiving, no matter where you were in the world. And hopefully you have a wonderful holidays with your family. Family is important and people, so spend time with them. And if you're a dad, spend time with your kids them. Don't when and get old and you start talking about my son, this and my daughter, this and when you didn't spend time when they're much younger. It's a 3-1 United versus Arsenal. IMAX. It's not a good thing to drink in IMAX this early in the morning, you know. It's only 11:09 you've been drinking. Huh? Man, you go score 3 goals against my team. Really? So we'll score 5. That's the only way that works. We'll score 5. That's what you say. Yeah, 1-1. Yeah, 1-1. I am gonna work on some of the things 1-1. You know, I'm just retired on 1-1. I've retired for how long? 7 months? March? So we in November? So I'm 1-1 plan for write a book next year. So go take my time. Yeah, I'm if I write a book next year. That's why I think we should just put on the YouTube thing or write my book. Can we have enough to talk about? So if I buy my book, I'm write it now. It should be done. It's not gonna take me more than a year to write it. I'm gonna call it a fiction, but it's probably a non-fiction. I call it a fiction. But no, I'll come promote my book on the channel that when we write it next year. Max, I'm organized they want to be. There's something in life called levels, okay? Levels. Just remember that. Levels. And why Lewis jump out of that tackle is beyond me. Okay, man him score. He jumped out of that tackle and create a problem for himself. Liverpool just having fun with City. City came past the halfway line. You need speed and skin on the wing, people, to force teams to cover you with more than one person. If you have Grealish out there, no one person can mark Grealish. No one person can mark Daka. No one person can mark Savino. If you have Nunes out there, you ain't worried about him. Or even Foden, you ain't worried about him marking him. That's where the thought process should come into football, actually, which is how do I create mismatches and situations where teams have to compensate for things I do really well. And I'm not impressed with Pep playing Nunes on the left wing. Not impressed at all. Oh, damn. City may get 6 today, no people, because Jota should have scored. I mean, something should have scored ago. Van Dijk should have scored a while ago. It looked too easy, people. It looked too easy for Liverpool. Man City's a shell. Jesus Lord. How come one team just fall off so quickly? You mean no Rodri and no De Bruyne? They look awful. Okay. All right, T. I was hoping you would. Salah with the ball. One love, Liverpool. It was coming. It may be about 6 today, people. They're bad. They're awful. They're awful defensively. They're awful offensively. The midfield is a mess. Pep Guardiola is clueless. I hate to say it, but he's clueless. Playing Nunes at left wing is clueless, people. I don't care how great you guys think he is. Clueless. The midfield is a mess. Gundogan can't run anymore. Silva and Gundogan are slow in the middle of the park. And Lewis is not ready. Is not ready. They may get 6 today. They're a shell of themselves. Make Liverpool look like when we played Liverpool IMAX. Liverpool got lucky against us in the IMAX, even though we had enough injuries, Hey, Tony, I sent it to you. Liverpool got lucky against us. You remember that. Lucky. Look at this ball. Ikanji running like he's in mud. Trent had the ball. Look at this. Walker hasn't looked behind him once. You can't play left or right back, people. Are you not glancing up where we are? Huh? Walker hasn't looked behind him once in that whole sequence. Relax, it's a long game. Yeah, it's going to be a long game for City. I'm so disappointed because then who's going to stop Liverpool? We should have beaten them. If Timber didn't get hurt that game, we'd have won that game. We'd have put on Lewis Skelly and that didn't work out. This is sad, people. City is, and Foden is down hurt. Like he's very hurt, actually. City's a shell of themselves. Like the whole team got old all at once. No, and again in the now we're talking about the Liverpool game 1-1. In the City game, I thought they had a strategy wrong. I think even though he had 10 men, we defended in our box versus defending on top of the box. Bless up to you. How you doing?
Big up to you, my friend. Yes, indeed.
Is it Pep making mistakes here that I'm so pee about? Why play Nunes at left wing, Tony? Explain that to me, Tony. Maybe I don't understand football.
I'm similarly confused. I'm similarly confused. I mean, I missed the intro, so I don't know if there were excuses given for the absence of Grealish and Doku.
Right. Andre with a background. Wait. Andre, that must be your fields where your academy is. Is that the fields at your academy?
Yeah,
Andre showing up his academy. Hey, people, you see that, people? Them feeling better in Jamaica National Stadium feeling and Trinidad National Stadium.
Morning, Tony.
Oh, good morning, Andre. How you doing?
I couldn't be better, brother. Doing
excellent.
Andre, those fields even have lights. Andre, you guys are spoiled where you are, The fields got lights, Andre.
No, I think we just happen to care about each other.
Money enough. I said Jamaica. I said money enough for you there. There's a lot of money where you are. There's a lot of money where you are.
You know. I heard on Amateur Sports the other day there was a discussion about getting money to get stuff, and one of the things that they do here is the taxes from restaurants,
right,
and from restaurants and hotel is part of the revenue that is used to build facilities such as this.
So they have designated portion of their tax revenues
so
that
like,
fit. Yeah.
When clubs host tournaments, like the biggest club in the area, when they host a tournament, they have 15,000 kids, right? And they host a tournament that brings a lot of revenue into the city, right? Into the country.
So they make the money in some way, shape, or form. Yep.
Yeah.
Well, you have to have strategic thinking to do that. It doesn't reside in the certain places,
and it must be written down as well.
Yes, it has to be documented. I agree.
Yeah, it must be documented. So I see Liverpool went up early.
They should have been up 4 already. Literally 4. Van Dijk hit the post. They should have been 4-0 in the first 15 minutes. It's like Arsenal yesterday with West Ham.
Yeah.
I think if City allows the game to play in transition, that's going to go in Liverpool's favor.
Well, I think City's midfield is weak. I mean, I don't know if I've ever said that, but Gundogan has lost 2 steps. Right? He's lost 2 steps. Rico Lewis is not there yet. He's a young kid.
Yeah,
so that's
I
the problem.
The Rico Lewis for me was the one that I always think to myself, if there's been a weakness in Man City's midfield play, Rico Lewis is the example. It's the reason, because he's a tidy player, but he's not dynamic. And I remember talking to you yesterday or sending you some messages and talking about dynamism. You know, really good teams are able to be dynamic in certain aspects of the game in the pitch. And Rico Lewis, although being very tidy, is not a dynamic player. In the same way, I would look at someone like Jorginho. He's a tidy player, but he cannot be dynamic in the same way that Thomas Partey can. You know, with a Partey, you can thread a needle and suddenly spring from nothing into something.
Yeah, I don't understand why you have 3 wingers on the bench and you have Nunes playing left wing. Let's say Duku is just coming back from injury, right? Trouble again. Wow, it's gonna be a long day for City, right? What you normally would do is say, you know what, I'm gonna play Grealish out there because Grealish has been working defensively. Then what's happening is that Liverpool, Trent Alexander-Arnold has to play defense because Grealish gonna take him on. Nunes is not taking on anybody. Right? Now, defensively, I don't think Nunes is better than Grealish, so why would I play Nunes? In fact, Nunes should be in the middle of the park because he has legs. He should probably be in there instead of Gundogan, but he may not do it because when he was at Wolves, he played well in the midfield. That's why they bought him. I don't know why they're playing. Yeah, maybe Pep is just loyal to certain players.
But I think the argument, and sometimes the science of the game sometimes lead managers into thinking that, okay, if a player was injured and he's now coming back, maybe you need to manage his load, right? So you probably get 20 minutes, 30 minutes is what he can play for. But and maybe sometimes the player is thinking he can do more. But to your argument, sometimes if you bring him on and he can't go, then you wasted us up.
Van Dijk is wasting these chances. He should have scored 2 there. That was an easy goal for Van Dijk. He's got to score that. That's what Gabriel does really well for us, Tony.
Yeah, but we don't want him to score that. Do you want him to score that?
No, I don't want him to score, but he should score. He should
score. Yeah, that's the point.
That's an easy goal. It's right in the middle of the goal.
Van Dijk is doing well.
They're going to get... Liverpool missing chance after chance. This cannot be Man City. They look like a pub team.
But they've been looking like this continually for weeks.
But Tony, the difference is they've been getting chances in the game they've been playing, right? Even though defensively they've been poor, they've been getting chances.
You know, again, you look at the specific aspects of certain players in this Man City team. Yeah, Erling Haaland without KDB, essentially, you're playing a man light.
Yeah,
you are playing with 10 men. He does nothing in the game. Yeah. And that creates its own imbalance across the rest of the team because now you're defending with 10 men. You have another player playing in the central midfield who creates no dynamism across the middle of the pitch. And so you now have to try and, create from elsewhere across the team. I think personally, as you said, Gundogan, he's lost a step. I think Silva, he's not as dynamic as he used to be.
No, and Foden is not playing that great either. It's like the entire team went south all at once.
Yeah.
Look, and maybe it's all those because it's a linkage, right?
So this team has been dominant for about 7 years now. I think these players are still able to do the job. Something is going on in this moment that they're just not clicking, and I think they're gonna have to figure it out.
What's happening is De Bruyne and Rodri not playing. That's what not clicking.
Yeah, that is true, right?
That's the entire thing. You saw that even before now. You saw their record without Rodri, right? Their record with Rodri wasn't awesome. With him and without him is a big difference. So take De Bruyne out of the mix.
Yeah, and hopefully they figure it out today.
And what it also shows you is how important the middle of the park is. Because they were protecting their defense. Now the defense look awful.
I could tell you one player who quality may have dropped a little bit might be Walker.
Little bit?
Yeah, he makes some mistakes.
He went from like an 8 to a 4 or a 3. He's not.
Oh, come on! He can't be a 3. Can't be a 3.
Yeah, he's that bad.
Hey, Tony. First of all, Tony, go listen to the English press. Go listen to the English press. Somebody this morning on Talk Sports said that I forgot what they describe Walker, but no, he's playing like a 3, Tony. He's playing like a 3.
No, he can't be a 3. Come on.
All right, he's a 2 then. He's a 2.
He's a 2.
He's a 2 then. He's a 2.
No way a 3.
All right, he's a 2 then. He's a 2. He's a 2. He's a 2.
Yeah, and that's
Walker. Hey, I saw what's his name running by Walker. What was it? He's quick. Warner from Tottenham. And then I was saying to myself, If you lose your speed as Walker, because you weren't the most technical player, that's a problem.
I think and Max is just JD is just reminding us that they had a lot of injuries recently, right? So I think the only thing that's really wrong with City at the moment is the main thing is that they have lost their rhythm as a result of that.
Well, no, what happened is that they have invested in players. They have bought. Look at what they purchased this year. They lost Alvarez, for example. They haven't spent a lot of money.
That's a big loss, though. That's a big loss. I mean, you take out an Alvarez, you have no essential backup. Because when Erling Haaland last year wasn't scoring, Alvarez was scoring.
Yes. Yeah.
Alvarez seemed to score every time he come in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why they got 70-something million from Atletico Madrid for him, and they didn't replenish. They didn't go out and buy. But you're right. They have injuries, but we're not making an excuse to go. When we have injuries, IMAX, you guys don't care about us having injuries. So I'm not going to talk about City having injuries. That's their problem.
Yeah, I mean, you know, when we fell apart, when we lost Partey and Saliba, you know, two huge elements of our team, we were Man City today.
Yes. I think we were better. I think we were better. We didn't look like anybody could score at every single offense play that they could score against these people.
I think they would recover, but not in a way to win the league this year. I think the league is a three-way race.
Well, certainly if they lose today, you know, I was hoping that they get some kind of joy out today.
Look how far Nunes out with the ball. Let's see what he does with this one-on-one. You think this is Doku? Trent Alexander is on his butt if this is Doku. See? He get dispossessed. That's what I'm talking about. If that's Doku or Grealish, he's on his butt. What does he do? Turn it over because he's not a winger. And you tell me Pep is a genius? He's a flawed genius. That's what I say. Same genius that played Fernandinho against Vinicius Junior. Flawed genius.
You can't turn from genius into flawed genius just like that. Come on now.
Well, so Tony.
Let me ask a question of you. In the world of humanity, name a genius who turned into a fool.
Not a fool. Flawed. Pep Guardiola. Flawed. In the world of humanity, flawed. I'm going to give reset. The man is playing Nunes at right left wing, people. How do you explain and justify that? Nunes can't beat a man to save his life, and you're going to need to roast people against a Liverpool team who's pressing you. So when you get one-on-one, you got to roast him. You can't roast anybody. You can't run past anybody. Why is he out there playing left wing? Go put him in the midfield. System
football, my friend. That's it. That's the meaning. System football. You sometimes end up putting round circles into square holes.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
That's what it is. System football. So he now needs to fill in that square circle or that square space, but he hasn't got the piece. So he has to put something else in there. He's hoping.
Tony, wait a Tony. You got 3 wingers on the bench, Tony. What are you talking about? He got 3 wingers on the bench. What do you mean? He bought them.
He clearly had some issue. He had some kind of issue.
He does that sometime.
We are questioning the guy. We are questioning the guy that has dominated, quote unquote, the best league in the world.
Yeah, we also question Marino. After a while, he went off the boil. He was a dominant coach at one point. He went off the boil, didn't he?
Could that be what's going on then, Cranky?
I don't know what's happening, but it's weird. It's weird. To me, it's weird. Come on, referee. That should be a yellow card, referee. They're breaking. That should be a yellow card. He's not giving to him. Liverpool joking, They should have scored more than one already. They're gonna see to come back in this game.
You see that quality to play out.
You got to score when you're in the ascendancy the way they are.
Yeah.
It could come back to bite them.
Yeah. This is the fastest 25 minutes I've seen in a while.
It is. If you just join us, we're watching City versus Liverpool. Well, we're watching a pub team against a very good Liverpool team. And we're hoping that the pub team will come back. Pub team coming forward. Oh, Foden make a bad decision there. City is now pressing up forward, They're looking better. They come outside the Nunes and it's going to die out here. See? If that's Grealish, he's jockeying his man, trying to create space, either go wide or go inside. Nunes can't do that. It's a waste out there. You're playing with 10 men.
Is Man City problem in attack? I don't think it is.
Their attack is their defense a lot of times. So you have to say it is.
Right, but when they attack,
I gotta give credit though. The Liverpool press is phenomenal.
yeah.
You know, you got to give credit to where Liverpool are so good in aspects of the game. Their press just doesn't give you any leeway. You know, I think Arsenal's press is impressive. It really isn't when I compare it to Liverpool.
But here's my view on that, Tony, which is this. And Liverpool is going to get away again, you know. Here's my view on that, which is every system has vulnerabilities, right? So if they're pressing you that hard and you have Haaland playing on the last man, then put the ball over the top in a nice space so you can go around into it. Because there got to be gaps. If you're going to press me real hard that way, that means there's space over the top.
Yeah.
If your press is soft, there's space between the lines. And apparently, the old City with De Bruyne, who's making those passes on the dime, would split this, or Rodri. They don't have the players to do it nowadays. But they've always had difficulty at Liverpool anyway. Liverpool and Spurs. And even us nowadays. You see, we have changed that too over the last 2 years.
So look, there was a time not too long ago, even up to last season, and Cranky, you would say this as well, that Man City had the best two teams in the league. These guys here were part of that second team.
Some of them, I mean, they have a lot of first-team players in the park, you know. Maybe about 5 or 6.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If they had so something is wrong. I think it's just they need to get the rhythm back.
Maybe age.
Once they get the rhythm back, I think they'll be fine.
Yeah.
Maybe not in a way to win the league, but
Last Nunes a while ago. Take him off of the field, man. Let me take some patwa. Take out the man off of the field, Pep. Man get the ball on his chest to easily take down and run into Trent. He ain't beat Trent Alexander can't defend himself. He ain't beat him one time in this game yet. This frustrates the hell out of me.
You get frustrated too easily, Cranky.
Because I don't like the nonsense.
It's not even your team. You should be happy at their insecurities.
At their demise? You
should be cheering on. Give the ball to Nunes.
But if Liverpool win this game, Tony, it's going to be hard to catch them.
I agree.
If they win this game, it's going to be almost impossible to catch them the way they're playing.
Yeah, I agree.
Look, JD is saying that you hated.
Southampton look better against them than Southampton look better against them than Man City does.
Yeah, but it's still 1-0. So let's not forget, you know, if Man City hold on till halftime, maybe Pep makes a change at halftime, and they get a 1-1. That would be a good outcome for us.
I don't see how that can work. I think Liverpool just has to score a goal.
That press is ridiculous. The intensity of that press is.
Yeah.
What do you mean we weren't watching anyone? IMAX is a City fan. How your team doing, IMAX? How's your team doing, IMAX? You like how they're playing so far? You fraud talking your City fan. Tony, the man's over 30 talking about he's a City fan. In Tony, you over 30 see a City fan. You're fraud. You're fraud. Sorry, you're fraud. The ultimate bandwagonist. If you're a Spurs fan, I could buy that a little bit, even though I would wonder why. But why you're a City fan?
I'm actually like good football, man.
But no, we all like good football. But are you a fan of that team? Like, come on. Making up stories to his audience. I'm making up no stories, a fact. Okay, IMAX, are you a City fan? Yes or no? Since you're making up stories, are you a Man City fan? I want to know this. By the way, people, if you haven't been on IMAX channel, it's 2 of them. Well, maybe about 3 or 4, but IMAX Football, IMAX Everything, IMAX Africa. Just type in IMAX and you can subscribe to his channels. And he's not African, by the way, even though you may think so. He's not African.
What are your thoughts on Gravenberch, Brian?
He's playing well, and it wonders when he's at Bayern he can get any game time, but he's been playing well.
Yeah,
He's been playing well.
I've rated him very highly before he came to Liverpool, and now that he's there, you know, it's obviously taken him a little while to get into the Liverpool system, but he's a baller. You know, he's very good technically carrying the ball. I actually think they're very similar with Cody Gakpo, because again, another player technically very good, but took his time to kind of get into the Liverpool system and the groove. But I think between the two of them, you know, they're very much integral aspects of that Liverpool team.
I keep treating Salah like how he treats. I keep treating Salah like how he keeps Saka, like how he treats Saka. He's bullying him. Go ahead, Andre. Gravenberch to Declan. That's an interesting comparison.
Say it again.
It's an interesting comparison.
For me, Gravenberch is a better footballer. Declan will be better defensively, whereas Gravenberch will be better offensively.
Yeah, Gravenberch also plays both ways, right?
Yeah,
but and he covers a lot of ground. Actually, he covers a lot of ground. He's almost like an 8 the way he plays the 6. He plays almost like an 8. He's always up and down the field.
Tony, you all need to start a campaign to get us at some point to get Arsenal to apologize for paying 100 million for Declan Rice.
Oh, come on. It's part of the process. It's part of the process.
No, Tony says it's not his money. He don't care. Tony says it's not his money. He don't care.
It's not. Absolutely. You're absolutely right. It's not my money. Listen, if I was to start talking about every player that money has been wasted on, don't start me.
It's your money because you're gonna have to pay more for your season ticket.
I get it. But the point is, I cannot affect those things, and therefore I remove myself politely.
I like how nobody wants to own that.
look at that ball a while ago. Look at the ball a while ago to Nunez. You guys hear me talking about this all game, you know. Look at the ball to Nunez a while ago. A quick winger is going to get to that ball. He's wasted out there. So you hear me getting all frustrated and emotive about this. It's just, it's hard to watch. And you have a manager on the bench acting like Arteta when it comes to game management. Anyway, let me not start.
I think the positioning of those two defenders would make it difficult. The starting position was very good on that.
If you're quick, Andre, it's a chance for you to get. He had no chance to get that ball because he's so slow like a molasses. He's slow.
Yeah, I mean, he is what he is.
So he should be out there.
The manager putting the team out that he thinks is the best team in terms of who is fit to play and that kind of stuff.
I don't agree with you.
So what do you think?
I don't agree with you.
He's suffering right now. This
player got 3 wingers on the bench. Please explain to me. He has 3 wingers on the bench. 3 wingers. They all injured? They all just coming back? Savino didn't look injured to me. He's been playing. Got 3 wingers on the bench.
Maybe they come and finish the game for him. Some people start the game and some people finish.
Yeah, he's gonna be up. He's gonna be down like 3-0 before that happens.
I mean,
what a brilliant ball by Foden.
All I can say is last week,
yellow card referee.
Apollo rang me prior to the game saying that Arteta had thrown the game before the team had even walked on the pitch. You know, this is it. I can't take this manager. His decision making.
No. That can't be Apollo. No. You're not telling the truth on Apollo. Apollo is Arteta fan, so that can't be true. I'm not believing that. You're making up stories. Can't be Apollo.
No, I'm telling you. He told me the game. We had thrown the game before the team had even hit the pitch. Yeah. Based on
Jorginho is on the field?
Because of the decision to play certain players in different parts of the pitch. The decision to choose Jesus over a fit Havertz was significant enough to write this game off as a loss.
Well, you know when Apollo don't like certain players, right? I don't respect certain players. He loses it, right? That's all it is. He doesn't have any respect for Jesus anymore. That's all it is.
I love you. If you're watching Apollo, I love you. Yeah,
it's because he doesn't respect Jesus anymore. That's why. He's not a big Jesus fan anymore. That's why.
Yeah. But the point is, look, the manager made a decision to try something different, and it worked.
Yeah.
And
like you could play to me. when you do Tony, we didn't lose 5 in a row. Okay, we were in the up. He's 5 in a row. He needs his best team on the field. the newness at left wing hasn't worked all season. You keep trying it. So IMAX, tell me IMAX. You're what your team. This is your team. You said, even though you're fake. This is your team. You said, right? So why is Nunes playing versus a Grealish or a Savino, for example? I know Savino has been scoring or getting assists, but I don't understand the logic. City does look out of sorts.
Yeah, I also think they have distractions, right? That 115 charges, that case is going on, right? Nobody isn't talking about it. I'm sure there's more distractions now than they had before.
Yeah.
Can't think about any that they really had before, but other than having to deal with what's going on the pitch.
Yeah, maybe they'll do better in League One because they're not champion. Maybe they'll do better in League One.
Wow.
They get relegated.
Wow.
I think he's baiting. He's baiting IMAX. I think that's what he's doing.
League One. Well, some of those charges are real enough. This is not. People are saying, "Oh, the charge because you don't spend your money." Some of these charges are real. I'm paying Mancini off the book. Some of these are real charges, right? You're circumventing process. So you can talk all you want to talk about. Oh, I spend my own money and advertising. I'm sort of support myself, but it's real charges that have consequences. So the case is supposed to be wrapped up by December. So we'll see what happens. And in fact, they should have issue with the tax authorities. You guys just focus on the Premier League. HMRC should be looking into this. I think you guys realize that. You can't say you're paying, you pay them off the books. That means that you're denying the British authorities tax revenues. That's an issue. People not thinking about those things. They're just thinking about the Premier League. I've never heard nobody talk about that so far. That's an issue. So HMRC, you should thank me. Look into it.
Depends though, isn't it? I mean, there are ways to do things offshore. Like if you get your money paid into a Swiss bank account, HMRC can't touch a piece of that.
Right, but here's the difference though. You have to set up an entity to do that, right? And you can't be a resident of the country. You can't be a resident of the country. They change those laws, They change those laws.
But most financially savvy organizations, if you're a limited company, would have already done that. Hence why you have Apple based in Ireland. Zero.
No, I understand that. And when I was in the UK, I had my own little thing where I wasn't a resident, so I wasn't paying the normal system. What you normally do is you set it up in such a way in which you take limited or little or such withdrawal from your account, right? So it doesn't get taxed. But I'm not sure what they're doing was legal in the first place, Tony. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Was it legal? That's the question.
You can be sure that, I'm not 100% sure, but, at this stage in the process of financial regularity, lots of people know the ways in which to divert funds and avoid tax. Tax avoidance is a business.
Yes, no, and it's not illegal. The tax evasion, tax avoidance, right? But here's the thing, Tony. Sometimes you're trying to create one situation, you forget about the implications of it. Yeah. So me trying not to pay him in the UK or pay him on my books, I may not understand the implications from a tax perspective in doing so. I'll give you an example where people say, oh, we think about everything. No, you don't. The Premier League didn't realize when Leicester changed their financial statement date and got relegated that they were no longer a Premier League team and not subject to some of the rules of the Premier League, right? All they did was change their financial date from June to May or whatever it was. And all of a sudden, they circumvent the whole process of, you know what? I violated financial rules. Because if Leicester was a Premier League team on June 30th, they would have been sanctioned by the Premier League. They would have lost points. They got relegated in May, so it didn't matter anymore. The Premier League hadn't thought about that. So even the best lawyers sometimes, Tony, miss stuff.
Yeah.
But we'll see what happens.
I'll tell you what's interesting, Cranky and Austin. Watching Erling Haaland, he needs to have a touch of the ball on a regular basis, because if he doesn't, his touch totally goes. It is like he just doesn't have a good first touch. If he gets regular touches, he gets a good first touch. But when he's devoid of the ball, his first touch suddenly goes very pear-shaped.
But Tony, we have seen games where he had 2 or 3 touches in the game and scored in the entire game.
Yeah.
You remember that?
Welcome, IMAX, to your shot. Your shot didn't go. Your shot didn't go in the goal. Welcome to your shot. You didn't even hit the target. Let me just say this, people. We are 42 minutes in almost, and Liverpool leading City by 1-0. City doesn't look like they can win this game, but I think with a few changes they can do better. I think they need a dynamic winger on the both right and left. They have no wingers out there, and it shows. They're trying to pat the middle of the field, and to me, that's not necessarily working because they're not creating the width, which Pep likes, people. Henry said that when he went to Barcelona. If you weren't on the touchline, he'd take you off the field until you scored. He wants width to create space for the other players, and they don't have that width with the team they have on the field. And I see they changed Edison stuff. Pep, at least he changed the goalkeeper. he made a change, which may be a good change because I think this keeper may be a better shot stopper, not as good with his feet as Edison. But Edison's been making some uncharacteristic mistakes of late. So
this goalkeeper has been good when he come in.
No, he's been very good, actually. Very good.
Easy.
He probably saved them last season from us winning the title because remember when he was against Spurs? He made some ridiculous saves.
Yeah.
No, he's a good goalkeeper. I think he was looking to leave because he wanted first team.
Is JD being emotional now?
What did he say? What did he say?
Arsenal, let's finish it about City.
What are you talking about? Like polish? What are you talking about? Like we're going to polish stuff? JD, what are you talking about? Finishing. We're finishing some like what? Like furniture or something? Because I have no idea what you're talking about. We talking about finishing. What are you talking about? We're not competing with City. We're competing with Liverpool. we're not competing with City. What are you talking about finishing? It's a handball referee. IMAX, I don't understand what you're talking about, IMAX. Talk about finishing. We ain't gonna finish nothing. Let's see where City finish. I hope they make top 4 this year.
Cranky, I hope your words come to fruition while you're playing with fire.
I hope they make top 4. This team has lost 5 in a row. Okay? Now they have good players. Look at the ball a while ago to Núñez. If that was a good winger, he'd get that ball a while ago. That's what I'm talking about. He'd get that ball and turning over. Who was it? Was that Gomez? I can't even see who the player was. Man hasn't beaten Trent all day. Who can't defend? So Man City with the ball, trying to play around. They're back in the game, people. They're back in the game. And Liverpool has taken their foot off the gas a little bit.
I'd be surprised if they score before halftime.
They ain't scoring before halftime.
There's not much added time anyhow.
So now they're keeping the ball as they normally do, but I don't know if they have the players to play it the way they want to. That's where Odegaard on this left, Tony, is so dangerous. That pass yesterday to Saka is ridiculous. I should say it was ridiculous. So the ball out to Núñez now. 1-on-1 with Trent. Let's see him being Trent. See? You go back inside and cross. He can't. If this is Doku or Grealish, they take him to the baseline and they're beating him. I don't think Liverpool isn't playing that great. You know, they started really like a ball of fire. They haven't been playing well.
They have. They started on fire. They started like us yesterday against West Ham.
Yep.
The ball possession, the movement looks so good for that first 15, 20 minutes.
Yep.
And yeah, you're right. The levels has dropped. The levels has definitely dropped. I think they've made it easier for City to get into this game because I don't see City having changed anything about the way they're playing. But I just think Liverpool's levels at 20 minutes have just seem to dip a little.
For the past 15 minutes.
Yeah.
The level drop.
Well, it's two things, right? City's coming more into the game. They're trying to play the ball around like they normally do. And also, you have that initial adrenaline. It sort of calm down a little bit. So you become more normalized. I still think City needs to make a couple changes at halftime. Put on 2 wingers. Take off Rico Lewis and take off Núñez. And put in Doku and put in Savino. I think because Ireland's not getting the service. Because even when they got beaten by Sporting, they had a lot of chances, you know. A lot of chances. They're not creating enough chances in this game. What's Woodman saying? Woodman says, I'm Max Lover. He's just Arsenal all the way, so he's understanding. Yeah, I'm Arsenal, but I am very objective. I'm a very objective analyst. I'm very objective. I'm objectively seeing that City is struggling here, people. I would love this if Liverpool wasn't doing really well. See, people don't realize I don't focus on Tottenham anymore. You know? I focus on competition, my competition. I don't think about Spurs. People get excited about beating Spurs. I don't get excited about beating Spurs.
No, you still have to be excited about
not even Man U anymore. Huh?
You see, the thing is, the league is very tight. You know, this is one of the tightest leagues at Christmas, I think, that we'll have seen for a long time. You know, you got 10 teams literally within 3 points of one another.
The league is very tight, and I think Chelsea is making a very good case.
Yeah,
let me just say this. We had 3 games where we had red cards. We didn't win any of those games. I'm optimistic then. When I have 11 on the field, apart from, I forgot which game, maybe Villa's first game. I forgot their game we didn't play well. But apart from that, we've played well against the better teams. We played well against Spurs, Man City, Liverpool. Yeah, so I'm optimistic. Newcastle, we weren't great. Newcastle.
And I'm mentioning Chelsea with caution because some people were saying that Aston Villa would be challenging.
No,
right?
I picked Chelsea for top 4. I picked Chelsea, Liverpool, Arsenal, City for top 4. I think Chelsea. I know Chelsea is going to be good. I mean, they have too many good players.
Liverpool, Arsenal.
It's interesting because Chelsea, at the start of the season, were in absolute chaos. You know, they had too many players. It looked like they just didn't have the right balance.
Right.
But yeah, you know, look, credit is due to Enzo Maresca. He's managed to get them into a system of play where they can be successful without quite ever really. I don't think they quite got on, you know, to the point where, you know, they're playing at the levels that say Arsenal, Liverpool, and Man City have done in the last year.
So IMAX has been drinking, talking about Chelsea's better than Arsenal today. Facts. I have no idea what you're talking about.
The confusion that you're referring to, Tony, I think that confusion was in the press. Listening to Enzo, it seemed as though he was always in control of that situation.
What situation?
I mean, the situation where, for instance, you played Raheem Sterling throughout the whole of the preseason, and then he couldn't even get into your
25,
25, yeah.
Well, it's a
I
process.
think that was disingenuous of him. That's disingenuous of him.
I think he knew he got to 25 players or whatever number he get to, and he decided that these are the players that he's going to work with. But I don't think it was ever a chaos for him. I think he knows what he was trying to work towards.
By the way, IMAX, if I pick a combined Chelsea-Arsenal team, no Chelsea defender gets in the team. No Chelsea midfielder gets in the team. Maybe Caicedo. There'll be a chance between Caicedo. And Saka would play. So you may get 2 wing positions. That's it. You would get 2 wing positions. That's it.
So
you would probably get
which 2 wing positions?
They probably get the left wing. They probably have Neto out there, I would think. And they probably get Jackson at center forward over Havertz. That's it. You ain't get any other position. Caicedo could probably fight somebody in the middle, but it'd be a challenge. So you get 3 positions. I know people are going to say, well, Palmer, if you can get Palmer over who though? Maybe Palmer on the left wing. But Palmer ain't going to play over Odegaard. He ain't going to play over Partey. Right, so you may struggle with a Rice versus Caicedo situation. None of your defenders get in.
I like Odegaard a lot, right?
Yeah,
I think he's a top midfielder. But
you're saying Palmer scoring a lot of goals?
He's scoring a lot of goals. He's
scoring a lot of goals. Say play him on the left.
Scoring a lot of goals.
Play left wing. Put him on the left because Odegaard got to be in the team. He's playing left wing.
Yeah, I mean, I understand what you're saying about Cole Palmer, but you know, sometimes scoring goals and being the hub and the drive of a team to the effect that the way Odegaard is just has to be realized. I mean, let's be honest. As I alluded to a bit earlier, Erling Haaland will score you 40 goals in a season, but is he the life and the breath of a Man City team? He definitely isn't.
Yeah, I mean, that's De Bruyne and Rodri. Rodri showed that anyway when he's not in the team. Because Alvarez is replaced Odegaard and still play. I mean, Haaland. Go ahead.
I feel like Palmer could do what Odegaard is doing to some extent. You can see symptoms of it. You could see him going deep for the ball at times as well, and advancing it up the pitch, creating chances, scoring goals, just like Odegaard does. I think Odegaard's situation at Arsenal is a little bit more cemented because of the way they play. It's a little bit more obvious. Arsenal is committed to keeping the ball, and I don't think City is. I think City is a little bit. They would adapt to whatever is in front of them.
It's fair.
Look, I mean, you can make a case of Palmer. Given his numbers are stellar. He scored 30 goals for Chelsea so far in 2 seasons. His numbers are stellar.
Yeah, for sure.
His numbers are stellar. You can't argue with that. So IMAX, let me give you Palmer. Let me give you Caicedo. Let me give you Jackson. I can't give you anything else.
I got another one for you to consider.
So you're saying you have a better midfield than
what about Cucurella over
Calafiori?
No.
I mean, I don't think so.
No.
At this moment in time,
I can see the argument. The new Calafiori, this year Calafiori. Remember last year he wasn't getting the team, No, Calafiori. I'm talking about Cucurella. Last year he wasn't getting the Chelsea team, right? People were cussing and say he's not good, but he's being better this year. So there's a possibility there.
And you have to weigh into consideration the Cucurella that played for Spain in the summer. He was phenomenal.
Yeah. But I could also put Timber at left back, and then we wouldn't have a discussion. And put Ben White at right back.
I'm taking Arsenal back 4 with Timber, Saliba, Gabriel, and Cucurella. I think that's for me.
Oh, you have Cucurella in there? You have Cucurella over Calafiori?
No, Calafiori.
Oh, because you say Cucurella.
The Arsenal back 4 with Timber.
Okay. Yeah, no, I think the Arsenal back 4. We gave up 2 yesterday at West Ham. One was a brilliant free kick, by the way. I think the Arsenal back 4 is probably the best in the league.
Yeah, I agree.
I think the best in the league. and I said this the other day, which seems premature, that Timber is a world-class defender. It's not in my mind. I don't have to see him play 10 years in a row. The world-class defender. I've been proven over time, by the way. That's my prognostication. He's going to be, right now, the way he plays, he's ridiculous as a defender. He doesn't get roasted. He's showing his offensive capability. Over time, you'll see he's a world-class defender. And by the way, when he played for us in preseason, he played center back last year before he got injured, right? He was center back for the whole preseason, then he tore up his knee. Yeah.
So what does Pep do? What does Pep make any changes in the second half?
Second half, Pep needs to put in 2 wingers in the game. That's what he needs to do. 2 wingers in the game, maybe Moon Nunes in the middle, to take Gundogan out. That's what I would do anyway. I don't think Gundogan's legs are there to play 90 minutes. And I think he needs to have wingers who are creating space wide to allow Haaland more space in the middle. Because what happens is you can clog up the space because the wingers are not creating space to force coverage with the right back or left center back over to the wing. You're not having that happen, or a midfielder cover, which can create more space. You're not, because Nunes is not beating anybody, and on the right, Rico Lewis or Silva is not beating anyone. So why would I worry about them? He needs to do something to create more situations to allow his team to have more space to play. But he may not do that because he's too busy scratching out his head and creating and beating himself. He's too busy. He's too busy trying to destroy his own head and face to be thinking.
I don't think he'll panic. I think he'll come back out with the same team if everybody's healthy. Try to see more of the football. I think seeing more of the football is important for City all the time, and then they can build from that. Liverpool have people that could come off the bench and continue the pressing. The intensity dropped so much that's a little bit interesting with how much they put out. They're going to need that intensity to stay in this game, I think, or to keep City out rather.
Yeah, but 1-1. If you pick the best team, Odegaard and Partey has to be in there in the midfield. So maybe Caicedo, Saka has to be in there. So they're only getting 2 space up front.
I'm not giving Reece James any credit right now. I haven't seen a Reece James performance in over a year that makes me consider him even good enough to play for England.
Yeah, bless up Dr. Don. Yeah, no, I think Reese is too
He was
injury
injured
prone.
for a minute, right?
He's
Yeah,
always
the
injured.
injuries have finished him. If you ask
Yeah,
me, I don't know if
that's
we'll
true.
ever see him be the same that he was, because it looks to me like he really has suffered as a result of his injuries.
Well, you don't have that playing, right? You're not playing football frequently,
Yeah,
right? You
yeah,
come back, you go in the team, you pull up again, you go out. Maybe they should
yeah,
just rest him for a while and gradually build him back up. I think Arsenal
yeah.
has done that, Arsenal has done that with their players. They get into a point where they can function. Now we see Marino looks like he's becoming another Tomiyasu because he bust his shoulder
Stop
up, now
it!
his knee.
Stop it! Stop putting
But
a
it's
bad
true.
mark on with players, boy.
The man has been here for how long? 3 months, and he had 2 major injuries already. You just come, you just come, my youth. You just come, and you look like you're broken already. Huh? We bought Partey
Oh
into that Real
man,
Madrid, and Partey was injured for 2 years in a row.
cranky! Stop it, man!
But it's true.
Stop it!
Marino, you're old man. You're not 30 yet. You're not like Partey. Partey's 36. We understand why he gets muscle problems because they don't work as they used to. Marino pulling up, shoulder
Hey,
out for a
Tony,
month.
Cranky does beat footballers bad, you know.
And I ain't beating him. I'm taking it's facts. There's facts. Tell me what's
Yeah.
not fact. Okay. Let me ask you a question.
I like your analysis sometimes, Cranky, but you're a little bit too hasty sometimes in your.
So let me just say this, people. How long has Marino been with us? So let's say if Cranky's talking off the top of his head. How long has he been with us?
3
How long has he
months.
been with us? How many games has he
3
played?
months.
No, how many games has he been available? Not played. How many games has he been available? He was off for a month when he first came, right? The first thing he played, what, 1 game, and then he was out for a month after that. And then now he's out with a knee problem. What are you going out with now? A toe and a big finger? What's going to happen next, Marino? You got to get yourself together, Marino. Luckily, we have Rice playing with a broken toe. Which you don't need anyway, because he ain't making a pass forward. He just needs his to play sideways. He just needs his heel to play sideways.
Hey, don't get it twisted, man. Rice is the dead ball specialist, yeah?
Yes, his crossing is brilliant. Yes, we agree with that. We agree with that one.
Yeah.
It's brilliant with those crosses. Brilliant. I didn't see that at West Ham, though, which is interesting. Did he do that at West Ham? I can't recall.
Most of the corners came from Saka's side. That's why. He didn't have many corners on his side.
Okay. No, I'm saying when he was at West Ham, I didn't see him crossing the ball like that too. And he had Souček and all those people who can head the ball. I didn't see him doing that.
Yeah, he had giants there, didn't he? I mean,
Yeah. And they scored out of set pieces. So that's a little bit surprising that he come to us and he's doing that. And Marino, by the way.
Do you all remember? A lot of people believe that the league slipped away from Arsenal last season in the Villa game.
Yeah.
At home to Arsenal. The goal that Bailey scored with Declan Rice not being aware of where he was.
I know you'd remember that. But anyway,
right? I remember that. That just happened with Walker in this game. That goal in the 12th minute, Walker didn't know that.
We had to go last year. That's yesterday with Trossard and what's his name?
That was a little bit different.
No, the ball. No,
I don't think it was Walker. I think it was the Kanji.
No, it's Walker. It's Walker.
No,
it's Walker.
it was Walker.
It's Walker.
Are you talking about the fact that
he didn't know that Gakpo was coming in behind him?
Oh, okay. Yeah. Because the other element of that was the amount of space that Salah had on the side against the Kanji. Because he literally walked to the edge of the area, free.
Yeah. He
so there's always 2 points, right? There's the pressure on the ball, which is non-existent, and then there's the far post, which is you're not aware. Yeah. But yesterday, that ball can't go behind Trossard. Come on, Andre.
Yeah.
Trossard is there, lost, not glancing, didn't look once. He's like Zinchenko. Zinchenko plays defense, never glances. So he's not aware where he is. The first thing you should be doing as a left or right back is glancing where you are. Is there anybody behind me? He didn't glance. They're showing the goal. Is this the goal? Yeah, they're showing the goal now. So it's wide open.
And he walks all the way he walks to the box. He walks literally.
Yeah. The question is, where was Ake? Because he's playing the center half, right? Ake wasn't close to Salah.
Ake was inside of a Kanji.
I believe that too many sometimes, he should have gone out to stop that cross from coming. Yeah. But Walker position was.
Well, I'll say this though: when you don't run up on Salah, you may run up in an empty space. Don't run up on Salah, so you have to be very careful.
Yeah,
because you're right. You got to be very careful. You got to jockey him, and hopefully you get some help.
Yeah, but
you can't go pressure him by yourself.
Past you in the wide area, you still have a chance to recover. You get past you inside the box, I think he can create havoc.
No, but by the time he got the ball and Akanji got out there, it was closer to 18, right? He was almost there actually. So you have to be. You got to push him down the line. You let him go inside. You got to push him down the line actually. But no,
Yes,
I mean, if you just joined us, you may not believe that we're watching City versus Liverpool. We are, even though we're talking about other subjects. The score is Liverpool 1, City 0. I think the score should have been 4-0 at halftime because Liverpool had a ton of chances, which they haven't taken. And City's a dangerous football team. You give out on a few chances. You bring on some wingers, please, to help create pressure. And it may be a change game.
So, question for you, Cranky. Are you watching a feed from an American channel?
Yes, I'm watching 2 channels actually.
Okay, the reason I mention that is because in the UK via my Sky Sports stream, tonight there's a show called Together 4 in a Row. It's a documentary on Manchester City's season last year with behind closed door footage of Pep managing the team. I think it's going to be your cup of tea. So if you can get a hold of that somehow. I don't know if it's going to be on any other platforms, but Sky are showing it tonight. Kind of similar to School of Hard Knocks.
Okay. Yeah. No, I'll try to watch it actually.
The advert of that.
Nick's playing though at 6, so I got to see what time it comes on.
The advertisement for that shows the kind of passion that Pep, the emotions that he carries as a coach. It's just when you listen to him. When you get a chance to listen to that space, listen to him in that space. As a player, you must be excited to play for him.
Well, really? I mean, he's a dictator, isn't he? It's hard to play with a dictator sometimes, you know. Hard to play with dictators, you know.
He's strong-willed. He's very strong-willed.
Yeah, he knows what he wants, and and that's important.
Very.
As Calvin Phillips found out. He's a dictator. Don't take the fool.
Sometimes the way he wants. There's a lot of business deals in football that has nothing to do with football for some.
What do you mean, like some Allardyce deals? Like some Allardyce deals, or what deals you talking about?
No, sometimes players move.
Did you hear Ravel Marson saying that he was told to go someplace and he didn't? All of a sudden he wasn't playing.
Yeah. Okay, off to the second half. Second half is off.
Second half is off. City with the ball, controlling possession. They're back into the element a little bit. Liverpool just backing off. They want to play counter-attacking football. City doing what they normally do. They just play the ball around. And Liverpool just relaxing and resting, basically. He hasn't made any changes, has he?
No.
And then Kyle Walker decided to give the ball away for no reason. Huh? They're playing the ball nice and easy and he give the ball away. What are your guys' thoughts on Nunez? Because he didn't get a star for Liverpool today. I'll go Tony first and then Andre.
It's a bit of a conundrum because he gets himself into very good positions, but then he's very wasteful with his chances. But the regularity with which he finds himself in good positions means that he's got a very good game mentally about putting himself in the right place. But the conversion rate isn't good enough. I kind of see him and Hazard kind of being very similar because Hazard can sometimes be in great positions, but his actual wastefulness in front of goals, is the reasons why.
You mean Havertz? You're saying? Is it Hazard? You mean Havertz?
Yeah, Havertz. Sorry, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Is why people are saying Arsenal need to go and get a dedicated number 9 because Havertz really.
De Bruyne is warming up, people. De Bruyne is warming up. And then he's going to come on soon because normally you want up about the 50-something mark. If he's doing it now, that means he's just running it for a little bit, then put him on. Probably coming for Rico Lewis, I would think, or Nunez, one of the two.
Probably.
I think Rico Lewis, because Rico Lewis playing
Ronaldo.
midfield, right?
Yeah, I agree. I think they could make wholesale changes in this team to make things different. I think Silva's had. Is he even playing?
Yeah, I think that might be the sub. I think he might go up.
He's not taking off Silva.
Done much in this game.
He's not taking off Silva. If he takes off
He's
Silva,
not
I'm coming
having
off
a
the
good
stream.
game. He's not having
taking
a
off
good
Silva.
game.
Some coaches, Tony, how they are.
Yeah.
They have their favorites. Who's been there, done it for me, they keep playing them. Arteta does that. Liverpool having problem retaining possession, City's just trying to calm the game down. Pep tell them keep the ball, work it around, let them run around a little bit. We can rest on offense. Come on, Aki, that's a poor pass. Foden coming forward, need to go into Rico Lewis, who goes back to Kanje. You don't have enough dynamic offensive players on the pitch. That's their problem.
Yeah.
They can keep the ball, but the dynamism, as Tony always talked about, which is an imperative in football nowadays, to create that situation, they don't have that. They're not making the defense uncomfortable. Foden on the byline, trying to cross, corner to City. City playing better now. If they introduce De Bruyne, they'd be much better.
If you think back about the Barca team from 2009, 2010, that era when they were dominating, they would allow the team to get in front of them and then play from that. They were quite comfortable with that. And I think this City team is similar. They don't, Pep complained early on about teams dropping deep and defending, and he had to find a solution for that. And I think in most part, they figured that out, right?
Yeah.
I think this team is similar. They don't mind you being in front of them and having to break you down from that position.
Well, they're one of the best teams that can break down when you play even low block, right? Oh, what a brilliant pass that was. What a brilliant pass. Gakpo need to do better. That ball shouldn't go by any defender there, though. Brilliant pass by Robertson. That's where City's vulnerable. So look, it's coming by him. He saw him late, and he didn't recover quick enough. And then he didn't get the help by Silva. So where is the Kanji in that play? Kanji's in the middle of the park jogging. He plays in half in the middle of the park jogging.
So you asked about Darwin Núñez just now?
Yes. Because he's on the bench for Liverpool.
Yeah, I agree with what Tony said. I think we saw a little bit of how we could, if he can get to the form that he had in the Gold Cup. I thought he was good in the Gold Cup.
But different competition, right? Much more physical, maybe not as technical.
Yeah,
right. Much more physical. It was like playing rugby, and he loves that.
But at the end of the day, what Tony was just saying is that he get himself in some really good positions. He just need to convert them, and he did.
You know that Van Dijk has gotten his head on almost every single ball that comes in the box. He's doing what Gabriel does. He's moving.
You just know he has that. Certain players have that. You remember when Duncan Ferguson used to dominate, win everything in the air. Certain players just have that ability.
It's just that Gabriel is better at it. Yesterday, I'm trying to analyze Gabriel's goal, and it's really hard to understand how he scored that, how he got that on target. It was a really good goal. A header from that position.
Yeah, it was almost like behind him, right? So he's running to the far post, the near post, yeah. But he's perfect that nowadays. He's perfect the whole being in the middle of the box or running to the near post. He's perfect at it.
And you know what's interesting for me, Cranky, is he's playing for Brazil now as a regular starter. They haven't quite unlocked and worked out, well, we have ourselves a absolutely monster of a defender who can go and get you a goal.
Yeah.
I look at certain defenders and their ability to just put themselves on that ball. You know,
You know what, to Tony? You know, when he jumps, when he's going up, others are coming down. I don't think people realize that. He gets up pretty high, actually. Not as high as Ronaldo, but he gets up pretty high.
Such a weapon. And, you know, Brazil, you know, they're clearly struggling to just create opportunities in open play. Yet they have one of the most deadliest weapons in their team from set plays, but they never use him.
They don't use set plays in Brazil, do they? It's not one of their forte. They play ball at the feet. Set plays, which is what Arsenal is changing, right? Arsenal is known for plays at your feet, and they're saying, you know what? There's a place here we can exploit, which is not exploited as well as you should in football. And they've gone out and spent time investing in set pieces, and not just the free kicks, but the whole concept of set pieces, which is, how do I create opportunities to score where most teams are thinking they got to play the ball through the line on a regular play, open play to score.
Yeah.
They've done a really good job of that, actually. Which says Mikel is thinking football in its totality.
It reminds me of the tush push by Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah, you can't stop it, can you?
You can't. You just, you know, you could draw up plays all week long. You can't stop it.
Can't stop it. Can't stop it. Can't stop it. And they do it so well. Even though what's his name is strong in a hurt, he bench press tons. So you can imagine being in there.
Is Jalen Hurts any stronger than Lamar Jackson? No.
No, I think he is. I think he is. I think
really?
He is. You don't see him bench pressing. You don't see him bench pressing on. Oh my God, his bench press is ridiculous for a quarterback. Ridiculous.
Guys, is the referee?
Go look it up. Go look it up. Ridiculous. His legs are ridiculous. Walker again. Good cross by Walker. Oh, brilliant. Oh, City coming. Liverpool is under the cosh, you know, as they say in England.
Was the referee expected to see that was a City corner just now?
I don't know. I was too busy talking to Tony. Good cross by Walker.
That was a City corner and he missed it.
It was a corner. It was a corner. The goalkeeper stopped it. Yeah, the goalkeeper. It should be a corner.
No. When City pressed the ball just now and it.
Oh, okay. But a while ago, wasn't that a corner? Then Silva tried to cross it. I thought the goalkeeper stopped it, but he gave a goal kick, right? Liverpool is not in this game anymore, you know. Maybe you don't realize that. Liverpool is barely. I wonder what the percentage possession stats are. Oh, really poor decision there by Silva. It's going to be a goal to Liverpool. And Salah kicked it away. Unbelievable. 2-1-0, and he didn't score. He's too selfish. You're too selfish. He's the most selfish player in football. You have a 2-1-0 because Silva made a awful play. And it's 2-1-0. He just had to lay the ball out it took too long to play the ball to Szoboszlai. He kicked it like how he kicked the penalty the other day. He kicked it wide left. He goes wide left.
Than Pep.
Huh?
Look, IMAX is asking you a question.
What's he saying? Is Arteta a better coach than Pep? No, hell no. He ain't win nothing to be better coach. He ain't got one FA Cup. Pep got Champions League, winning every. No, he can't be a better coach. Look, City's doing this thing, you know, trying to give the game away to Liverpool. They just made a bad pass a while ago and they did it again.
Keeper did well. Make his body big.
No. He made it not well. He scored a goal. If he drew the ball with him, he scored because the keeper spread out. If he faked the shot and go around him, he scored. Anything else he did, the only thing he did not score is what he just did. I'm sorry. He's Salah.
I'm joking you, but shouldn't you just be taking off?
So Nunes is off. By the way, people, I called this, didn't I? I said Nunes should be off. Say Doku should come on the field. Different people. Let me just say this now. Different football. Okay? Trent Alexander now will have to play some defense, which he can't do. I think City's gonna win this game. That's my prediction, by the way.
And some people finish it.
Well, some people shouldn't start it.
The chance that you talked about with
Salah.
The ball back by the little rat. What's his name?
I've been calling this from the game started. IMAC. Didn't I say Nunes should have started? Didn't I say Gundogan is old? Gundogan is old. What are you talking about, IMAC? I called this from before the game started. I was here. Tony said we getting all upset for cranky like it's your team. When I said Pep is just madman. IMAX, come on, IMAX, give some credit. You like to get credit, when you call things, give credit where it's due. Give credit where it's due. Bless up float management. I won't say I'm the best analyst, but I know Duku gonna be roasting some people in this game. That's all I know about that.
I don't know how the little what's his name? What's the old player from Man City? The little one.
Well, there are a lot of little ones. Which one are you talking about?
The little rat who just he's a horrible player.
From Man City?
Yeah.
Little man from Man City.
The Portuguese player.
Oh, Silva?
Yeah, there we go. The name just escaped me. He was the one that gave the ball, literally just passed it back. Yeah.
Yes.
And I'm like, this guy has done nothing all game. But
I told you not taking him off. People understand all coaches are. Wait. Duku having fun here. Duku having fun, people. I told you, people, I call this. Duku on the field changed the entire game. Okay? Gonna change the entire game. Change the entire game.
I Max it say I can't think he's a big coach.
I'm not a coach, but I think I have a brain. I'm not a coach, but I know I have a brain. Football ain't that complex, IMAX. You guys make it seem like it's complex. It ain't a complex.
No, football is very complex.
Not complex.
It's not complex when you understand the complexity of it. Otherwise, it's very complex.
Yeah, football is very complex.
I don't find it complex.
The thing that makes football as popular with the fans is the simplicity of it. Yeah?
Yeah, I'm trying to make it complex.
That's why, you look at something like American football just doesn't go well in the UK because too many people think it's too complex a sport.
It's complex.
Are you talking about the rules or football is?
No, it's football is complex.
See,
football
to me,
is complex. Football is complex.
To me,
very complex.
American football is really not a problem because I've studied enough of it to understand the complexities of it.
Yeah.
But actually, it's to layman, it's very complex.
Yeah.
And that's why
the fact that you have to study it, Tony, that's why it's complex. The fact that you have to study it, that's why it's complex. Yeah,
but
no, it's complex.
This could be the same said about football. Football is a complex sport, but actually, it seems very simple. 11 players on the pitch.
I think American football is more complex. Why? Because there's so many things that so many people have to do. If you're the quarterback trying to figure out so many different things, Tony, what your own team is doing, what the opposition is doing, right?
Imagine American football where you couldn't make the changes. Where you had 11 players and whatever you did, you just had to keep playing. So if the ball falls off the player, the defender now has to get the ball and start the offense. Imagine that. So
yeah, well, then you wouldn't have much people on the field because they're gonna be injured anyway. So you wouldn't be. You have to have changes because it's a brutal sport.
Yeah,
gotta have changes.
Football's a brutal sport too, I tell you why.
It used to be.
All of my life, growing up, I played rugby at school, and obviously, I'm big into boxing, so I boxed all my career from, a young age. I never had an injury, and I started actually playing competitive football at the age of about 30. And the biggest injuries I've ever had have been football related.
You know why? Because in like boxing, you're defending yourself, right? In football, you don't have a lot of control about defending yourself. I'm just going to kick you. No,
it's not even that. You got to understand the complexities of like running on turf. Your body,
they have turf in England. They don't have a lot of turf in England, do they?
You have to run on different surfaces. You have to know what boots are going to work with what surface. Can you turn quickly using a particular boot on a particular surface? All these things. And trust me, at 30, your body doesn't respond the way it does at 18. So hence why it's a complex game.
Silva is having a nightmare to me.
He's having a nightmare.
He's having a nightmare.
I don't see how he's still on the pitch.
Yeah, he's having a nightmare. Trying to play ball in spaces that not there. Yeah. Football is hard. Cranky ain't ready. No, football is hard for people like yourself. Hi, Max. I understand why it's hard for you. For some people, it's simple. For yourself, it may be hard, but for some people, these things come simple.
No, Cranky. Football is very complex. It looks simple.
Ain't complex. Ain't complex.
It is very complex.
No. It's not complex. No. It's not. No. Let me say this.
How it
Football,
works.
the difference between understanding and executing. It's hard to execute, but it ain't complex. To understand, it's hard to execute. There's a difference. It's hard to execute. It ain't complex. When you and I are watching the game, especially with cameras, and it looks so simple, we should say what play should be made.
Right, you're talking about something else. I'm speaking about it from the perspective of, for example, getting a team to play like City does, or like Arsenal, or one of those teams versus.
But you're talking about execution. That's the execution.
Yeah,
it's hard to execute.
But that's the outcome, right? That's the outcome. But to get it to happen, the complexity of it that's what I'm talking about.
If football was simple, Cranky, there'd be a hell of a lot more managers. There'd be a hell of a lot more teams competing at a higher level. Because
I just said again. I said the execution is difficult. The execution is difficult. I've said it again. The execution is difficult. It's not a complex. You and I could watch a game and say, you know what? Why didn't he pass the ball to that person? But when you're in the field playing it, it's not as simple to execute. We can say the ball should go to this person, this position, this situation, but trying to do it on the field is a different story. It's a different story. I think Alan is now more in the game because Duka is in the game. Tell you that.
We could carry that conversation on for quite a long time because there's so many elements to look at that make football complex. So many aspects.
Liverpool just playing defense. This is an interesting game.
It's all Man City.
Yeah. Especially now they have their wingers on. See now, it's going to be two people covering. Right? It's going to be two people have to cover, so they're going to create more space. Savina run into problem. They're going to try to counterattack. Oh, Kanji got dispossessed there. He should have played the ball wide to Silva. Trouble. Salah in. Oh, what a block. What a block. What a block. That should have been a goal. If he exercised a little bit more precision on that shot, the ricochet, he would have scored. Liverpool came forward. Ball played by Gakpo out to Trent Alexander-Arnold. Salah looked like he was offside. Salah played the ball back. And Trent trying to go far post, and brilliant block by City.
Just prior to that, what Man City must have had like 30 passes.
Yep. If Liverpool had a chance second half, maybe what they just did, but they have a ton of them. So they can't get close to the ball. But Man City's not getting a lot of chances, though. That's the thing. They having a lot of passes, but they're not getting a lot of chances.
Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't use the word idiots, but I understand what you're saying. I wouldn't use the word idiots, but
I don't know.
Let's use euphemism and say less informed. Let's use the word less informed.
Jackie, I don't know if you want to align yourself with any part of that comment.
I'm the one who tried to negate the whole concept of saying idiots. I said less informed.
Yeah, but even trust me, Tony has said it about 3 times to you directly. The game isn't simple. Trust me.
Not simple.
I said the execution is difficult, I don't think the game is complex. That's my view.
Let
It's
me
a play
let
on
me
Rico
let me
Lewis.
take
Pass
it.
the ball, Rico Lewis. What are you waiting for? Going backwards. You're playing like Rice. Stop playing the ball backwards.
This. Let me ask you a question, Cranky.
Yeah.
Tell me, and this is not the whole argument, but this is just outside of the box thinking a little bit. Tell me, besides walking, what do you do with your feet?
What? You do a lot of things with your feet. You kick people.
As much as you do with your hands. As much as they do with your hands.
Oh my God. Look at Doku. People, I'm telling you, people, he's on the field from first half. It's a different game. Look at you left that man on the sideline like he's nothing. Anyway, no, you do things with your feet. You may I have to think about that.
Yeah, I know.
So it's going to be a game of me holding the ball and the counter attack, right? It's going to be a game of that. Liverpool counter attacking, Man City trying to walk the ball up the field. Give the ball to Doku. Give the ball to a ball and let him do his thing.
End 1-1 at minimum.
Trent now has to play some defense. So Andre, you don't agree with me that Doku should have started the first half? Why was he on the bench? Take him off if he gets tired.
So one of the things that I always say is that sometimes we don't know the whole picture, right? We just know what we know.
Yeah, so, I know he put him on the 57th minute. He can't be that injured.
So ultimately, why he didn't start him, there must be other factors related to that. And when you have doctors in your ear saying something to you, you can't ignore that as the coach, right? You have doctors, you have physios saying they might have told him he's good for 30 minutes.
He put Sapino on the bench. Savino wasn't injured. You have Savino on the bench. Now they're going by defenders and trying to create opportunities. They had none of that in the first half, with Silva playing wide with Nunes. Trent Alexander going to get beaten right here. Oh, he just run by him like he ain't playing.
Yeah, he wasn't in the last Champions League game. So, and he was listed as doubtful. So
Trent dispossessed him once. Wow. I'm shocked.
Yeah. City have to get more people in the box at the moment, and they need to attack the ball.
Well, I think what they got to do is they got to get someone in the penalty box, right?
Yeah, they got to get in between defenders and attack the ball.
Oh. They don't come with the runners like they used to.
Yeah, they're just in a very
and they seem very, very static. Not as you know. There's not a lot of movement.
So then wasn't De Bruyne warming up? He must have pulled something warming up. Wasn't he warming up? He's the first person who was warming up,
He's clearly not in favor right now because he's not started a game in ages.
It's kind of like Partey, injured for a long time, right?
Yeah.
Been going in and out of injury.
He goes in and he comes out. But Partey has been consistent, except for the more muscle injuries he has recently. But De Bruyne has been in and out all season. For the last 2 seasons, actually. Try to get Doku behind Alexander-Arnold. I'm telling you, that's where your danger lies. So they're feeding him now. You just go by Trent like Trent can't.
Only red shirts attacking the ball.
He just beat Trent like he's not on the field. It's like a joke. Look at the ball out there with Trent. Let him roast him. Got to do something with it when you beat him, Doku. You got to try to get the ball to Haaland. Haaland has to move, though. He's standing up too much. He's not moving enough.
That's exactly what I'm seeing. We deride Jesus, but Jesus will come out, he'll get the ball deep, he'll move around. So he gets some touches, he wants to feel for the ball, he try, Haaland has none of that in his game.
So Kwanzaa, what's his name? Kwanzaa and Nunes coming on? I assume it's going to be Gakpo and Gomez. Is it Gomez coming off? Who's coming off?
Possibly, yeah.
I would have to go off Trent for the kid because Trent can't defend. Come
on, Bernardo. It's too easy.
If Liverpool win, it's going to be hard to catch them. They're going to be up by, 8 points up on top of us? It's going to be tough to catch Liverpool. That means you're forced to win every single game.
Yeah, but they have had the easiest start to a season. So, whereas we've had to do a lot of traveling. You know that we don't travel anywhere after until January now.
Yeah, yep.
Is that
Our
good or
furthest,
is that good or bad? Is that good or bad?
our,
Because we're not
our
great at home,
furthest,
We're better on the road.
our furthest trip until January is Crystal Palace across the water. That's our furthest trip.
But here's the thing, Tony. Are we better at home or away?
No, but that's very good for this time of the season. Maybe that make us better at home in the end.
I think
Okay.
so.
The amount of recovery time the team is going to gain there.
Especially considering how quickly games come. 3 games a week.
This game has been a little bit disappointing. I thought we'd have more attractive football, and Liverpool will play better, keep possession better. They really haven't kept possession well.
Well, you
They
got
look
your
really
wish
good in the
there.
first 20 minutes, but after that, it's been a different game.
No disrespect to the rest of the table, but it feels like a mid-table game. Feels like United playing Crystal Palace or something like that.
Yeah, it's not. It hasn't been the best spectacle.
Did you watch the United game this morning, Cranky?
I watched the first half, and then I changed to the Fulham Tottenham game, which I think was a better game.
Okay, I didn't see either. So, what were your feelings on the Man United?
Everton tried, and then Class took over, and United just ran over them.
Okay,
and then I thought Fulham was very, very good against Tottenham and missed too many chances. Could have won that game actually.
Interesting.
Fulham is good. They're tough. They're a tough team for any team. They're good. Iwobi was playing brilliantly actually. He actually hit the bar too. He played really well.
Mm-hmm.
I thought Nelson was okay. Smith Rowe was decent, but no, Fulham was good.
Did Nelson start?
Yeah, he started, but he got taken out.
Okay. Apparently, he wants out. He's had enough of not starting enough games. So
where's he going to start?
That's what baffles me. Look, you're in a place where if you're gonna get a start, that's the place to push for that start.
So if you're not showing the manager you should be starting, then you maybe not as good as you think you are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We need City to score. Those 2 points, they need to claw it back.
Trouble again. Penalty to Liverpool. Man City, what are they doing? What are the defenders doing? What are they doing? They're like suicidal. What the hell are they doing? It's crazy. Look at what the 3 defenders, what they did. What they did a while ago. Now they're saying that Man City saying they got fouled, so the foul should have been called. But I have no idea what they were doing a while ago. So you say you got no, you lost the ball. Sorry. That's a penalty. And he jumped and hit the man. It's an interesting one. He jumped, and his foot he used his trail foot to hit him. That's an interesting one.
They gotta call it back. They can't give the PK if it's a foul.
No, it's a PK. It's a PK.
He messed about here.
The defenders are a mess. Diaz and all of them are like they just forgot how to play football. And it's Walker who took the ball and messed up.
It's terrible play. It's terrible. It's an absolute disaster of defending.
Yeah. That's why they're losing games, because they can't defend.
It's atrocious.
I told you Walker is a 2. Oh no, wow. I said a 4. No, I said a 4. What did you say, Tony? I couldn't hear you.
But he's not the only one. He was the only one.
We're talking about Walker now. We're not talking about other defenders. We're talking about Walker.
What was Diaz doing?
I have no idea.
What was Diaz doing?
I have no idea.
Yeah, he had no right. He needed to just roll that ball up the pitch.
All right, come. He's gonna go. So he missed the penalty left to the left the last time. He has to go left this time, to the right. He has to go left this time, keeper. If he missed to the left, he's not gonna trust himself to go left. Let me see where he's gonna go. He's gonna go left. Told you going left, keeper. He missed to the right the last time. Told you going left. I told you he's going left. He missed to the right the last time. He has to go left. He don't trust going to the left again. To the right again.
That's 6.
That's the league right there, people. City gonna be losing 6 games in a row.
Wow. That's
His defenders are out of control. These defenders are. I would go play kids in the defense instead of these defenders. They're clueless. They're just making mistake after mistake after mistake.
In this moment,
it's a good penalty, though.
I'd like to spend 5 days with Pep in this moment to see how he's trying to deal with this.
I wouldn't want to spend 1 day with Pep because the way he do his face and his head he may do me something. He may do something to me. I don't want to be close to Pep. If he's gonna do himself like that, I don't want to be close to Pep.
Dear.
Stay away from Pep. Stay away from Pep.
The Man City team might stay on the pitch at the end of the game and say, "Look, we're not going back in that change room."
The game is not over.
IMAX gave up.
The game is not over. You can't give up that easily.
IMAX gave up. IMAX is a fraud. He's a fraud in the first place by supporting City. He's a fraud. He's a fraud. Man gave up with 12 minutes remaining, huh? Foden and De Bruyne is on. So why you put him on earlier? I'm confused. And Grealish is on. Like really? So you're gonna put on a bunch of forward like Arteta does. He has 3 wingers on the field. He didn't have any on before, people. No, he has 3 on the field. I'm confused.
The City fans is gonna blaze Haaland for talking and laughing with Salah.
Good ball up by Savino. Too far to the
wow. Arne Slot is the Messiah.
Apparently. City play better in the second half. If you think so, they ain't creating no chances. I'm not sure that's better. They ain't creating no chance. I don't think the keeper making 1 save. So you keep the ball, and you're not dutting in the final third.
No. And once again, the star boy, Foden, where was he?
He is dropped off in Tony. Big time.
Seriously.
Big time.
For the guy who was the face of English football.
Yeah.
Wow.
He dropped off big time because he was Port the Euro, He was Port the Euro.
Yeah.
Port the Euro. And he got game time continuously. They had no place to play him. They still forced him in the team. Oh, Silva looked like he can't take the losing. Another smart move on his part. And Salah, it's going to be hard to catch Liverpool now. So he has become the what? The South African girls team of the Premier League? Well, I don't know about that, but they're not doing anything in the final third. Yeah, South Africa against Jamaica, that was how it was with the girls team. They get to the final third and they're not doing anything. But they keep the ball well until they get to that point. All right, people, we're in the 80th minute of the supposedly big, attractive game between Liverpool and City, which became a dud because City is no longer who they were. You are what you are.
Interesting statistic for you, Cranky. Did you know Man City have dominated possession 55% to 44%?
Yeah, but not where it matters, which is the final third. Right? In the final third, they're not doing anything with the ball.
Well, they've had 4 shots and they've had 0 shots on target.
Yeah, they can't do anything.
16 for Liverpool, 6 on target.
But the problem is that they're playing, the defenders are making mistakes, and City and Liverpool taking advantage of it. Liverpool should have scored like 5 goals today. I still think City can come back between Grealish and Duku out there. Just got to beat them, man. And nobody's in the middle, though. Look, nobody's in the middle. They're dribbling, but nobody's in the middle. You got to have people in the box.
Mm.
It's a poor shot by Diaz.
Any of you all have seen this season in this league?
Say it again, Andre.
What's the best game any of you have seen this season in this league?
The best game? That's a good question.
I mean, the best 45 was Arsenal yesterday.
The best game.
It was
no.
But the best
I really enjoyed that first 45 minutes yesterday.
No, which game was it? Where it was 4-3 or something. I'm trying to remember that game. Where
Not
both
this
teams scored a lot
season.
of goals. No, this season. No, this season. Oh, De Bruyne missed a sitter. De Bruyne had a chance to bring the game back and missed a sitter. Go around the keeper, De Bruyne. Jeez, you're out of football for a while. That should have, look at
Oh,
yeah, he has to score that. Go around the keeper there. Go around the
yeah.
keeper. Go around the keeper. Go around the keeper. You're trying to go through him, trying to go between his legs, and that didn't work. Trying to go between his legs. Just go to the right. He may not be fit though. He's unfit.
Yeah, the rhythm and timing is.
If he dips left, if he goes left, fake left and go right, you get around him. Van Dijk was trying to bring you back in the game, De Bruyne, but he didn't want to come back in the game. You surrendered.
When he's fit and playing, that's easy go.
Yeah.
Looks a little chubby too.
What's the best game this season, IMAX? Yeah, Max crying about Arsenal. Why do you hate Arsenal so much, IMAX? I mean, is it because they play really good football? What is it that you dislike? You'd like to see 100 passes with no productivity, or you'd like to see, the goals like Wilshere score and Giroud scores. Those go back to those things. Go look at the best goals on YouTube, best team goals, and bet Arsenal is in half of them.
It's true. Yeah, the Wilshere goal against Norwich, probably.
Oh, that's video game goal.
Yeah,
video game goal.
I think the most exciting game, the best game I think I have seen, I think is still this season in this league. I think it's still City Arsenal.
City against Chelsea.
City against Arsenal for me because it had contrasting styles. Arsenal chose to play different. So there was a lot of defending, there was a lot of attacking, plus the defending team was leading a goal.
No, the first half, but not the second half. Second half was our manager surrendered.
You're right, the first half for Arsenal, but that's what I'm saying. The first half for Arsenal, the second half for City.
Yeah.
And it went down
the
to
game. The first half for Arsenal against City was amazing, but the game was spoiled.
And City's second half was good though.
Yeah, but
no. That's like say Jamaica was good against Cuba. I don't agree with that. If I give you the ball and I don't pressure you if you get the ball, you're gonna look good. Of course, you're gonna look good.
Conversation.
No, it's not a good. They weren't that good. We were awful by letting them possess the ball 100%.
In the second half?
Yeah, we played in our box. We played in our box the entire half. In our box, not even at the edge of the box, in our box. Our manager did nothing. He can't get manager, he did nothing. Sorry, did nothing. What our manager did, he sat in his box for the entire game, said come and score, and they eventually scored. He gave them no outlet to pressure them so the defense can go back. Nothing. He did nothing. Can't game manage.
It's like possession. IMAX said you need patience.
Hey, Andre, how you deal with Cranky? Well, I think Andre appreciates intellect. That's why he's here. I mean, you wouldn't, IMAX, because you really come here. Because you really come here. You don't appreciate it. City wasn't dominant. You can't be dominant when 11 against 11, you were down 2-1. You weren't dominant. You dominant because we gave you possession. We did nothing except defend in our own box, not even at the edge of the box, to create some space for the goalkeeper. We went in our box, and eventually they scored. Of course, it's gonna happen.
You're raising JD pressure, man.
Because he's losing. And first of all, this is not his team, so I know why he's gonna be perturbed. It's not his team. He's borrowing. He's borrowing somebody's team. He's over 30. He can't be his team. Whoever you were supporting before JD. So JD, which English team you supported before Man City became prominent? Let me hear this. Oh, well, look at bad turnover by Savino a while ago. And Diaz running by Walker, right? Walker got some speed left though.
It's hard to appreciate what Liverpool is doing though. Right now, the game is dead. The game doesn't have.
Liverpool just soak up the pressure and then say, you know what?
There's no real quality to the game.
Nah. Man City is dead, at least for the time being. Oh, you never had an English team, and all of a sudden you have one in Man City. That's amazing. So you're over 30 years old. You never had a team, but as soon as Man City got good, you have a team. People, don't buy him. Don't buy what he's telling you. Don't buy what he's telling. Don't buy what he's selling. Whatever he's selling, don't buy it.
Yes,
Brentford 4, Ipswich 3. That was an entertaining game.
Yes, that was actually. Brentford have put a lot into the game this year. They scored a lot of goals
They
this year,
have.
haven't
I was just gonna say that.
they? Yeah.
They've been very surprising to me
Yeah.
because you kind of think you lose Ivan Toney. Are you gonna be as competitive? And they seem to be even more competitive this year than they were last
Because
year.
you know why? Because then they're not holding the ball up. They're playing behind, right? So Wissa is quick.
Yeah.
Quick has some skills. So it's a different way of playing.
And in Bueno's playing with a great deal of confidence. He's beating players.
Yep.
You know, he was playing well at the end of last season, but he's continued that trend. And you know, I think they don't have the pressure of Tony being around, so they can create more.
Yeah.
Gang. I imagine say you would have a great book.
It has to do with making up stories.
Is it? You're a good storyteller.
So I'm okay. So what story am I telling? You just said you had no English team before 2009, and you're about 40 years old. Please explain that to me, people. Please explain. And you're from Jamaica. Please explain that to me. There's no such thing. I don't know anybody in Jamaica who don't watch English football who don't have an English team. Okay, so that's a made up. And all of a sudden, Man City is your team because you're a bandwagonist, like typical Jamaican thing. You're a bandwagonist. Bandwagonist. Somebody's winning, all of a sudden you drop your team. I bet you had like a Leeds or something, and all of a sudden you drop them for Man City.
So how much credit when you take into consideration how the owners of these teams behave in the league? I think City's situation is different, but let's just for the purpose of conversation, assume that City is like any other team or Pep is like any other manager, but with his winnings, how much credit does he have in the bank?
He has a ton of credit.
Yeah.
His credit will never be exhausted.
But does he really, Cranky? Don't forget this was the title-winning team before he arrived.
No, but he's won almost every year, right? Only 1 year. This is the second year he won't be winning.
Yeah, but this is a team that had already been built on the basis that we're going to be a Premier League winning team, and they had done it.
Yeah, but how much times is one? How much he won? 5?
What gets more credit is Klopp taking a team that hadn't won for 20 years and then winning the league.
No, I don't disagree with that. I've said that before, but you still got to give him credit for winning so many titles in a row when everybody's investing money. There's much more money in the league, right? Chelsea did it for what? Not as long, for 2-3 years with Mourinho. And then things changed with Leicester winning and then City took over. City's had a long run,
Tony,
long run.
You hear what you just said, and Cranky didn't push back on it. I'm not pushing back on it, but I just like to document it because Arteta took a team that didn't win for almost 20 years. He came second twice, and he could win the league this year. He's still in contention. So when he wins the league, would he get the same credit?
No, because Pep has won with Barcelona.
No. This is about
Pep has won at Bayern.
Tony's statement about Klopp.
Oh yeah, look, Klopp did a very, very good job, but at the same time, you can make the case that Klopp should have won more. You can make that case. Should have won more. He had a very good team, excellent team. When the Champions League final, twice, won once.
Yeah,
and he barely beat Pep one season because Pep has been so good. City has been so good. So, but you're right. Mancini has won. Pellegrini has won. So,
did Dr. Dunn tell you what area of medicine he practiced?
Somebody phone ringing?
Yeah, that was mine. Sorry. I wasn't hearing it, but
no, I think he's I think maybe cardiologist, something like that.
Okay, you can't say Arsenal no win in the league. That's not. You can't say that.
Oh my lord! Oh my lord! They should have scored again. What is City doing? It's probably an offside, but what is City doing? And Nunez gonna miss as usual. As Tony said a while ago, he gets good position, but he's gonna miss. He finds way to get behind the defense. He's just not calm in front of goal.
I believe we'll play better.
Haaland got to get involved in the game more. He has to realize that he has to help change the fortunes. You can't just sit on the all game not doing anything.
Yeah.
waiting for things to happen.
And he's clearly not that kind of player.
Based on the last set of results, there's no information, Dr. Dunn, that informs the perspective that City would outplay Arsenal. City has now lost 6 straight, or have not won in 6.
I think Arsenal is the best team in the Premier League, so I'm not going to argue. I think we're the best team in the Premier League. Well, everybody's fit. I think we're the best team.
I mean, 10 goals in 2 games, and playing.
And one again. What team which was second in the Champions League standings when we played them? And we played at home.
Playing yesterday without Partey.
And by the way, we played both games were away games. They were not home games. The one thing I like about Nunes, he plays defense. Like he pressures defenders.
So 7 o'clock is 2 o'clock here. So that game is that program, Tony, is in about an hour, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah. Arsenal is the best team. Compton goes at 9 points behind. Oh my God.
You can be the best team and you're not leading.
Oh, look at this. Look at this.
By the way, IMAX, we had 3 red cards that cost us 7 points. Okay.
Easily. Yeah.
So let's not get confused. And when we played Liverpool, who were leading, we should have smacked them. We were the better team. Not debatable.
I'm glad you mentioned that, Cranky, because yesterday I meant to message you, and I wanted to continue a conversation. The standard of refereeing.
They're English. What do you have to say? That's all I say.
It has got to the point now, and it's not just Arsenal. It affects every team.
Yeah.
But I just feel like surely somebody has to go, this isn't acceptable for the best league in the world. The team that has the league that has the most money has the worst referees. You have the technology, which Cranky and I, we've talked about technology and VAR being so good. It's there. Yet the referees don't know how to use it, when to use it. If they use it, they get it wrong. When they should use it, they don't use it. And the continual errors that we see, I almost feel like last night, I just felt to myself, I've had enough. I feel like every team needs to have a red flag. You know, the red flag use in American football?
Mm-hmm.
You know, you see a situation, you go, clearly that's wrong. Throw your flag. Let's have that reviewed.
Well, they had that in the on the 17 Women's World Cup recently in Dominican Republic. Well, not a red flag, but the coaches could have asked for a review.
Okay.
And they could have, and it was quite interesting. But look, when it comes to referees, and this is a difficult one, so let me try to say this so that I don't put myself in as a coach. They have been abused, or people have dealt with referees unprofessionally and in a disrespectful manner at all levels of the game, right? Mm-hmm. That's a given, and that shouldn't exist. But what I would say is that referees have been put in a category almost like an endangered species, right? So no standard have really been set to encourage them to do better, right? You have to, just like the players, just like everybody else in any walk of life, they need to be held accountable, and that doesn't exist. They are protected. Right? They're protected as though they are endangered, and because of that, they get away with just almost any.
No, I think what happened in England. What happened in England is that you have the best league with the best players, the best managers, the owners with the most resources, and then all the referees are English, apart from a couple of Australians. That's the problem. You got to go get the best referees, and also England seems to have an aversion to technology when it comes to certain things. Everyone I mean, listen to talk sports, everybody complain about VAR this and VAR that and killing the game. But everybody else in the world is using VAR, some concept of VAR, tennis, basketball, football. It's only expanding, it's not regressing, right? And then you have one country where it was the best league in the world was basically saying, you're killing the excitement. So it's not about the outcome and the accuracy of the outcome. It's about how I feel and the jubilation of feeling. We should get rid of VAR so we can celebrate goals that are not really goals because it's killing the excitement. I understand that component of the game, but if you automate the technology So yesterday they had a game where they took 5 minutes to figure out to draw the damn line. 5 minutes to draw a line. When you have semi-automatic offside, right? We can draw the line automatically. Why implement that in England? Oh, we're gonna wait to implement it because you know who we are. Like, stop. Implement it because you do it at the World Cup. Other people are doing it. Do it.
But maybe
So then what happens is we have this situation today. But farce, Chelsea game, the player stopped the ball, didn't pass the ball, and you're gonna give a goal kick on the 6-yard line. Really? And that's okay. It's a joke.
For me,
Go ahead,
I think that the referees, there need to be accountability. They need to, just like everybody else, you make decisions. You've got to be able to explain your decisions. There's none of that with the referees. So yes, they have the stuff that they do behind the scenes to try to improve, but there's no accountability to anybody else in the game, and I think that's a problem. And it's all up and down the levels, from the highest level to the lowest level. So I think it breeds a little bit of a arrogance that I can do what I want.
Yeah, no, look, I mean, referees in almost every sport, they're human beings, they're fallible, they're going to make mistakes, but you have to support the referees. Technology is helping to support them. But if you want to be the best, you also got to try to get the best referees. Now, I know how you do that because every country needs those referees, right? You see in Saudi Arabia, they'll bring over English referees to Saudi Arabia to help them think about how to improve their referees when they need help where they are in the UK. So I don't know how that works.
It almost feels like, as well, being here in the UK, that you get referees with biases against certain teams. And it almost feels like you have to now look at saying, in order to...
One second. I have a call in, Tony. Go ahead, Tony, and finish it. I'll have to take the call.
So in order to alleviate those potential biases, you have to say, look, if a particular referee is in Manchester, is born in Manchester, he can't referee a game for any Manchester team. He's going to have an allegiance to one of those teams more than likely.
Right. Yeah.
Maybe you start using lie detector technology, right? So when, I mean, I don't know what the answer is, because it's a guy being born in Manchester. He could be supportive of a team in London or a team in Italy. You know, so I mean,
that's true.
Yeah.
So who's calling?
Yeah, here in North America, teams in England. So it's.
One second, Dr. Dan. Go ahead, Andre.
It boils down to accountability, and I think if people know that there are consequences, then they aim to behave, to function at a much higher standard. And if you treat a group of people as though they are a protected species, I think there's things that seep into the psychology that would just create more issues for the game. All
right, let me just say this, Andre. We're not talking about Trump on this channel, okay? So let's focus on what we're talking about.
Is that what it sounds like?
Dr. Don is on. Dr. Don, what do you have to say?
Yeah, Cranky. First, let me talk to Andre first. Andre, what's going on? I just want to address you.
What's going on, brother?
First of all, the reason why I said Man City, I don't foresee Man City losing the rest of their games for the rest of the year. I really think as their injuries get better, they're gonna play better. So I do think that they are gonna, Arsenal has to play them again. Arsenal has to play Man U again. So, and you guys are 9 points behind Liverpool. I don't also see Liverpool dropping a bunch of points for you guys to win the league. That's what I'm trying to say, right? That's just literally what I'm saying. You're forecasted. It's like economics, right? You get some stock, you do stuff based on future earning forecasts. So my point is, I don't see Arsenal winning. They're too far behind, and you guys have to play Chelsea too, with who's actually playing well. So it's a little bit difficult. I do think Liverpool at this point is the leader. And I do think that they're gonna win everything. I mean, again, I'm a Man U fan. I have no dog in the fight. My team is mid-table at this point, so I'm not arguing. I'm just saying based on the evidence and the facts. Yes, Arsenal's playing well.
Dr. Dan, stop there. You sure you're a doctor? I mean,
yeah, 100%.
Your prognostications are bad. You should stay being a doctor. Don't prognosticate the future. Don't predict the future.
Explain to me how. Okay, what's the rule?
So when we beat Liverpool, we only have 6 points behind them, right?
Okay.
And then Chelsea gonna beat them, so that's 3 points.
Okay.
And Southampton almost beat them last week. We're not losing any more game, by the way. as we've shown. We have
So-
13
so-
goals in
so
2 games.
So essentially, you guys are predicting a win based on other teams. I am sure. Like I said, I'm 100% sure that Arsenal's not going to win the rest of their games. I'm 100% sure.
Well, no, we're not going to win every single one. We may drop a point
Okay,
here and
so-
there because we don't want it to seem like it's just
Okay, so
Arsenal runaway
how-
league.
So essentially, that's what I'm saying. It's a 9-point game. You're honing that Liverpool will lose and you guys will win or drop few points. Which I'm trying to say is you guys have just a tougher running as they do. You guys will beat the other team, but you guys have to play the likes of Chelsea. You know, Man U, we're coming back. You guys have to play us.
You're a Man U fan. Oh, no, you know what? You're a Man U fan. Oh, it explain everything. You have no hope. Wait. You have no hope, so you think nobody else have hope. Right? You have no hope.
I personally would rather. I do not want Arsenal to win anything. So as a Man U fan, I want us to beat you guys. Yes, that's true.
Okay.
But
come on, Cranky. If it was a 3-point gap, I mean, I understand, but it's 9, Cranky. It's not.
So when we beat them, it's not 6. When we beat them, it's not 6, which is a given. Isn't that 6? When we beat them, it's not 6.
So it's a given you guys are going to beat Liverpool.
Of course. If we both us even straight, we're going to beat them. We're not Man City, looking like we can't play football.
No,
So
Cranky,
Dr. Don, there's a challenge. There's a challenge ahead for Liverpool. I think they still have Aston Villa away. Which
Villa is not the same team. Okay.
Yeah, they won the same team today, but we can't predict tomorrow, right? They're a team that could show up and get really good results in the big games. They have
They go to Newcastle on Wednesday.
Hold on. Let me finish this. They have United away.
Okay.
They have Chelsea away. Spurs away. Newcastle away.
Okay.
All of those games
And they're going to be blown away.
Can be challenging, right? Arsenal played most of their toughest games already, right? We still have Arsenal still have to play City at home, okay? United away, and Liverpool away, right? Because we got a point.
But if you guys drop, that's 3 games. That's 3 games. If you drop any points out of those 3 games, and Liverpool pick up any points of those games, you said they're going to be still ahead of you guys by 6, 7
I listed Liverpool's game. You didn't reason that when I listed Liverpool game. You got to reason.
I did. I listened to what you said. I listened to what you said. You said those games are tricky because it's on any given time a team can pick up points, which is true. But that was my initial argument with you, that I don't think City is going to play the same way they're playing now 3-4 weeks from now. I actually think that they're going to actually improve.
But I just listed twice as much tricky situations for Liverpool than for Arsenal. Twice as much, right?
Okay.
That they're in. And City is probably in a similar situation. This was one of their tough games today. Right, and they didn't get any points out of it, but I still think they have Aston Villa away, if I'm not mistaken. They got United away, they have Spurs away. All of those are tricky games.
Well, no, Tony want to say something, but United is not tricky
away as well.
Yeah,
but
United is nothing tricky about United. Wait, one second, Tony want to say something. Go ahead, Tony.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so Doctor, I'm of the opinion that clearly Liverpool are the favourites because points in a bag are points in a bag. Yeah, you cannot detract from that. They have the points in the bag. And let's not forget, Arsenal had the points in the bag at this stage last season.
Yeah, but I don't think City
and we were playing a breed of football that was phenomenal. That you couldn't see even a top-rated Man City that were on a track, bringing us down the way they did. But it just goes to show anything can happen. Now, we have to hope that Liverpool somewhere fall afoul of something. But, look, Liverpool have a very good squad. They've got good strength in depth. They're, as I said earlier during the game, their press is outbeats any press I've seen. And that includes Arsenal. We press hard, but Liverpool's press is phenomenal. Will those things impact them later on in the season? I don't know. Potentially. But then Liverpool were at the top of the tree a few years back when they won the league. They won the Champions League. And they fell off. They fell off at a rate of knots. Now it's Man City's turn. The game of football is too unpredictable for anyone to turn around on the first day of December of a season and say, this is the way it's going to be.
I agree with you. It's very unpredictable game. Heartless.
It's both simple and unpredictable. But anyway, keep going. Dr. Dan, go ahead.
I will let JD deal with you on that one. Maybe he can convince you that it's not simple. I tried, Tony tried, so.
No, but Dr. Dan, I actually believe if I look at all the squads in the Premier League right now, if they all fit, I think we have as good a chance as anyone to win the league, even though Liverpool have 9 points. And I was doing an assessment today, actually, over the last since 1980, there have been a number of teams. You think about Newcastle against Man U, Arsenal, Man U throughout the years that have had 8, 9, 10 points. I think didn't Newcastle have like a 12-point lead against Man U, and they still lost at this point in the season. So we can't guarantee they're going to win, but we can say, as Tony is saying, they're in a very good position to win, and they have a big, decent enough squad to maintain how they're playing. But look, last week against Southampton, they should have lost that game against Southampton. To me, they should have lost that game. And they still won. That's a sign of a good team. So it should be interesting. And they lead the Champions League too. They dispatched Real Madrid. So it's showing they're playing good football, but they're not guaranteed to win the league at this point. City will come back. Arsenal is doing well. As Tony alluded to, even Newcastle is difficult at home. If they go to Newcastle and spank them, then we can say, you know what? It's going to be tough. Right? But but they're in a good position. So I think everybody's right, by the way. Which all things can be true. Everybody's right. Liverpool is in pole position. Liverpool in pole position, but Arsenal can still come back. Any finals word, Dr. Dan?
No, yeah. I mean, I agree with you. Like, I mean, 100% right. I just think that, like, because of the room that they have, they can use that. They can use that a buffer. So that's 3 games technically, right, on the bounce.
It is 3 games.
So even if they draw a game, they still 7 points ahead. You know what I mean? And Arsenal wins, so they still have their room. So that's what I'm saying. So that means Arsenal's chasing. They have to be perfect in a sense.
Yeah.
But you got to remember, the one loss they have is a Nottingham Forest. It's not like they lost to a big team. So even though they're doing well against the other teams, they lost to Nottingham Forest, which suggests they can have vulnerability at points in time. And they're missing a few people like Jota, but they have most of their team. One being injured to Salah or somebody, and it could be a different story.
That is true. But also, though, Cranky, Arsenal have it in them to mess up at some point. They seem to do that when in the most opportunist time. I've seen that as well. So that's also something that needs to be,
No, we're on a roll now. We're on a roll. We benched Partey. We have no Marino. We're still rolling. Previous game we played Jorginho. We're still rolling. We're rolling now. We're rolling.
Okay.
We're rolling.
Don't worry. You guys gonna run into the United, the Red Devils. We'll be there if you guys win.
You mean run into, or are we gonna run over them? Which one?
Nah, you guys gonna run into us. I mean, listen, 4-0 today, man. 4-0. I mean, our win was impressive too.
Yeah, you guys come out of the woodworks when you beat the Everton side, which should be in League 2, and you get all excited. You get excited, beat Everton. Let's see. You know what? You can bully some people, but when you meet your match, let's see how it works. It's like running to Mike Tyson in his heyday. As he said, everybody's a plan till they get hit. Let's see when you get hit if you have a plan for us. Okay? Let's see how that works.
We got to take what we can. It's been dark days for a while. We got a little bit of light now, so
Yeah.
Enjoy your sunlight. Enjoy your sunlight. You're on the beach right now. Enjoy that.
So Wednesday, right? I'm gonna do a stream Wednesday, people. I'm gonna do a stream against United Wednesday. I'm gonna do a stream, and I want Dr. Dan and all United fans to call in. I know you're working, Dr. Dan, but sneak out from the surgery room and call in. All right, sneak out and call in.
I have clinics, so I should be able to have clinics.
Good. So call in. You check into the program. Let's see what happens. Okay.
All right.
Have a good Sunday. Thanks for calling. All right, people. We're gonna close this down. I'm going to say I appreciate you being here. Tony, I appreciate you joining. And Andre, who has left me. Andre, wait. Andre left, but he's coming back. Andre, I thought you left. So any last words? Any last word, Andre, then Tony, and then I can close this down?
No, I think, I agree with Tony's comments earlier, and that it's still very early to decide to say for sure who's going to win the league. I'd like to see City improve, to be honest with you. I'd like to see them find a way. I don't think they can really get back into the game, although they're not too far off, but there's so much going on probably that is causing them problems. But I think Arsenal is well positioned, and if Arsenal would catch their form in the late end of the season, like City did last year, I think that might serve Arsenal better because there's so much people hating on City is unbelievable.
No, there's a lot of people hating on Arsenal too. I'm very shocked about the Arsenal haters. I thought we were the love team. I thought we were the second team for everybody, but it's not the case.
The Manchester United fans, United is struggling, middle of the table or below. I don't know how much they changed this morning after that result, but they decide to hate on Arsenal instead of demand that United get better. But at the end of the day,
well, they won 4-0 today, so they're on a roll, right? They won 4-0.
Yeah. They're ninth.
Except we won 5-2.
They're ninth now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it when they're below, when they're the bottom half of the table.
So if they lose against us, where are they? They're gonna be below 9? They're gonna be like 11, 12?
Yeah, I like them to be at the close to the bottom of the
I
table.
mean, they could be as low as 13th after the loss to us on Wednesday.
All right,
Yeah,
let's do that then.
That's
But
why
having said that,
today.
they could go to 6th.
No, they can't go to 6.
They can.
No, they can't.
They can, because they're on 19 points. Nottingham Forest are on 22.
No, Tony, you said they can't. They can't, Tony. They can't.
They can't go to 6.
They can't go to 6. They can't.
What has to happen for them to go to 6?
They have to beat Arsenal.
Yeah, exactly. They can't go to 6. 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 I agree with Andre. They can't go to 6. They can't go to 6. We're not having that.
But before we go, let's just make sure that IMAXit is okay. JD, are you okay?
We're not trying to make any fraudulent person okay? You're a fraud, JD. Fraud, JD. Fraud. You're a fraud. Anybody who's over 30 supporting Man City is a fraud. And JD, you're the leader of the fraud club. You're the leader of the fraud club. But
you need JD to be in.
You know something? I am so disappointed in JD, because I respected his football acumen until he was a City fan. I'm like, but you're from Jamaica, and we know in Jamaica we all support Liverpool, and even some people supported Leeds from way back when, Arsenal, Man U. Anybody supported Man City? People even support West Ham, because West Ham went to Jamaica to play football back in the 70s, for example. Chelsea went to Jamaica. But even Chelsea find a question, because it's when Mourinho they started winning, right? But you support Man City, which is more recent, you can't be real. You're a fraud.
Yeah, but
so we're not going to have any conversation with a fraud person.
Because why do people in the Caribbean support United? I
don't know, But you know what? We can forgive them because it's way back when, right? We can forgive them.
Yeah, of course. I mean, I'm lucky to have traveled extensively across Africa. And I'll tell you for nothing, Liverpool and Man United absolutely dominate the support in African nations.
Right.
Yeah. Arsenal is getting Arsenal is getting up there.
Yeah.
I don't understand why.
But you know what? Most people support winners, right? You support winners. You're not going to support a loser if you're right? Unless you have some affiliation, you're going to support winners. If you're not from the UK, you're going to support winners.
And Arsenal is the team that celebrates its relationship with the African community.
Yes, it does. But
it does. And it's also based on who of African descent has been in your team. So obviously, we've had Kanu, we had Kolo Toure, etc. So
a lot of black players play for Arsenal, so that's also part of it.
Yeah.
Yep. They have African roots. Anyway. Tony, any last words?
I want to disagree with Andre. I'm enjoying the demise of Manchester City. I look forward to it continuing. And other than that, good weekend. Hope everyone has a wonderful and blessed week, and look forward to seeing you on Wednesday evening.
So let me say a couple of things. One is, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so. It's Cranky Live. If you haven't realized that since you've been on the channel, I have another channel, Balanced Views. I do want to talk about a lot of other social matters, but I got to get my subscribers base up from 160, even though I spend a lot of time in it. And when I get to 1,000, then I start talking on the channel. I have a lot to talk about. As you know, recently I did a program about, is sports a detriment or a benefit to the Black community, right? Because we are very much involved in it. So I say, I wasn't sport, I said Black culture, which is about sports and entertainment a lot. Is that a benefit or is that a detriment? So you go watch that program. It was on Cranky Live and on Balanced Views. I will be doing some more of those programs, but I need your support to be able to do so. Last but not least, as I said, Wednesday, Arsenal plays Manchester United. Dr. Dan, 433. All these Man U fans, please join us. You may win in your mind, but not on the field. So now I said, what if we lose? Okay, I will not live this down. But thanks for being here. I appreciate you being here. Hit the like button before you go. And I know people are coming in late because you're probably just coming from church. But hit the like button, and I'll see you tomorrow at 6 p.m. when we're going to talk about some of the topics. I can't put my topics up because I realize when I do that early, people plagiarize, take it and run with it, and I struggle. So hit the like button. See you tomorrow. Peace out. Andre, Tony, have a wonderful day. Thanks, everyone.
All right. Later, Tony. Later, Cranky.
All right. Cranky Life is the best to be now. For the best sports talk, and it's free, yo. Cranky Life will be your guiding light by keeping you informed both day and night. Cranky Life, tell them. Cranky Life, heed them. Cranky Life, want them. Cranky Life. From the courts to the field, we'll never lose because Cranky has the hottest news. With expert analysis, we break it down. Our in-depth coverage is best in town. Cranky Life, tell them. Cranky Life, heed them. Cranky Life, want them. Cranky Life. Cranky Life, where the sports is spicy and where we keep the discussion lively. Cranky Life, get to know the name because Cranky analysis is never lame. Cranky Life, give me my Cranky Life. I want my Cranky Life. Must have my Cranky Life. Whether it's football or track and field, you know Cranky is at the wheel. So join the journey through victory and defeat and subscribe and don't miss a beat of Cranky Life. Tell them, Cranky Life. Heed them, Cranky Life. Want them, Cranky Life. If you're from England or USA, from Kingston or Bombay, from Kenya or Canada, Lagos or Havana, visit Cranky Life. Tune into Cranky Life. Like up Cranky Life. Subscribe to Cranky Life. Cranky Life coming to you on weekdays. Cranky Life sometimes on Sundays. Pull up a chair and take a seat because Cranky will always bring the heat. Cranky Life. Me say fi tell them Cranky Life. Me say fi heed them Cranky Life. On them Cranky Life. Cranky Life will be around. Cranky Life is the best in town. Me say fi heed them. Me say fi want them. Me say fi heed them. Want them, heed them, want them. Cranky Life. Cranky Life. Heed them. Want them. Heed them. Want them. Cranky Life. Cranky Life. Heed them. Want them. Heed them. Want them. Heed them. Want them. Cranky Life. Cranky Life. Cranky. Heed them. Want them. Heed them. Want them. Heed. Want. Heed. Want. Heed them.